There are a lot of things you'd probably like to leave behind in 2020. One of the most important being your old underwear drawer. If you're rolling into the new year with the same bunching, chafing, and uncomfortable underwear, then you've got to check out Mack Weldon. Mack Weldon is an essential piece of my new daily routine. These Mack Weldon underwear are so comfortable that if it comes time to change them and I don't have a new clean pair of Mack Weldon undies, I might not wear underwear at all. From socks, shirts, and hoodies to underwear, polos, or active shorts, Mack Weldon promises comfort and a consistent fit. Whether you're working out, going to work, or on a date, Mack Weldon is for everyday life. Their wide range of customized fabrics can keep up with you no matter what your day looks like. And Weldon Blue, Mack Weldon's totally free loyalty program, gets you free shipping for life. If you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep them and Mack Weldon will refund you, no questions asked. For 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com/peasants and enter promo code peasants. That's MackWeldon.com/peasants, PEASANTS, promo code peasants for 20% off. Mack Weldon, reinventing men's basics.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 833. Get ready. Here it comes. We're doing it live again. And we've got Hannibal joining us, and filling in for Monty, we've got Jeff Holiday. Welcome, guys.
To be fair, I'm like the inverse of Monty. I mean, like, if I didn't live in Eugene, I'd pretty much exclusively only bang black chicks, so, you know.
There are none in Eugene, though.
Yeah, there are none.
I mean, there's like 4.
Yeah. Oregon is one of the whitest per capita states in the entire country.
Is it whiter than New Hampshire and Vermont? Because I can't imagine a place whiter.
It's close, but I don't think it does. It's close though. It ranks among.
I think Portland is the only reason why it wouldn't. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. It's pretty gnarly.
Are you including the basketball team in Portland?
The Trailblazers?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yes. Portland has predominantly black areas. They have spots.
All right.
Yeah, the Northeast Portland.
Yeah.
It's hood.
I mean, okay.
I'm just saying, is there hood in Vermont? That's the thing.
Probably somewhere.
I don't know where. I don't know where.
I know there's hood in New Hampshire. I know that for a fact. But Vermont, I don't know, man.
There's the mean streets of New Hampshire somewhere.
The Mean Street Posse?
Sure.
But it isn't like a bunch of black people. It's like just a bunch of like really fucking methed out white people. That's
okay.
Yeah, they have to outsource their crime to the whites.
So
that's
Oregon,
how bad Vermont is.
Oregon, 3% of Oregon's population is black, and they rank 36th out of 50 for having a black population statewide.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's a few that are lower percentage-wise. Wyoming is low. If you're going by percentage, Montana and Idaho are the lowest when it comes to percentage, but actual numbers, Wyoming is the lowest.
Okay. Well, Kanye West just moved there. He just got it. He just got Wyoming popping like that for black people. So
yeah,
you know.
But then Jeffree Star moved to Wyoming too.
Yeah. So that they could, make sweet love in the studio on music tracks, not
I
to each
wanna
other.
make love to your woman.
Well, Kanye's single now.
Rest in peace, Isaac Hayes. That song was amazing.
I have a few. Rest in peace, pre-Scientology Isaac Hayes.
Yes.
I have a few quick announcements that I got to make before we move into everything else. So a quick reminder, because this is working, so I'm going to keep saying it until all of you are doing this.
In the past few days, I've seen some YouTube channels say Trump's online ban was a horrible idea, BC censoring, but they are not from the U.S., so I feel context is missing. Tech companies shouldn't have all power, but Trump's speech was a rally cry emo.
I agree. That's funny how it said emo. It said IMO in my opinion, but it said emo at the end. But yeah, I get what you're saying. And we'll get to everything in a moment here. So everyone, if you are not downloading the audio version of this show, you should, because it helps out the show a lot. And maybe you don't always watch. Maybe you got it on, playing in the background. We could use a lot more downloads on the audio side of things. And the way you can do that is to download Podcast Addict. You can download Spotify. You can download Stitcher. You can use iTunes. You can use Apple Podcasts, whatever you want, or even SiriusXM. If you're a SiriusXM listener, we are now available on the SiriusXM app. Just download it, follow us there, and set your phone or computer or whatever to download every episode. We need to download it, listen to it, play it in the background. We really need that. The only other thing I want to mention is our link down below in the description. We have an affiliate link for Robinhood, the Robinhood app. If you use our link and you sign up successfully using a U.S. bank account, you don't have to buy anything, but you do have to link a bank account. We get a free stock. You get a free stock. It's happened over 100 times for me so far. So it can be done. It can be fucking done. All right. We're moving on because we really got to get to... I saw a video of Fuentes today, Nick Fuentes. And his attitude has surprisingly changed now that some of his buddies are going to jail.
Oh, no.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. I mean, what happened, Nick? What happened to saying that was based and red-pilled?
Look, obviously, Nick is scared and yellow-pilled.
Oh, He's afraid of being the prom queen of the cell block. You know what I'm saying?
Is he, though? Wouldn't... I
think
is
that something that he's really worried about? That in some scenarios, that's a dream come true. I'm not saying for him.
It might be.
I think Nick's only worry about going to prison is he'd become the minority.
I mean,
true.
He's like, the
do you think he tried
man sex is just fine with me?
You think he'd try to get in touch with this Afro-Hispanic side?
Instead of making a shiv, he'd fashion cat ears out of the fucking shampoo bottles.
All right. Here we go. Wow.
I should turn off the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TP, are they going to touch me?
I made a tweet today using that photo of Nick Fuentes using 3 chairs stacked on top of each other to hang up his green screen. Because I do think that suit that he always wears is the same suit he wore to his first communion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is...
I doubt it.
For those of you who don't know, when you're raised Catholic, first communion happens in 1st or 2nd grade.
And a lot of people don't know this, but that suit
he wore... When you invest in the peasants, you invest in yourself.
Thank you.
Fact, Eric.
Thank you for investing in us.
That's a cold,
we appreciate
hard
it.
fact.
And by the way, we are 60% of the way to our goal. This is normally the first show of the week, but this week, we are. This is the 3rd show of the week, so we need to. So we need to meet that goal tonight. I'm not worried. We've been way further behind before, so feel free to send in the donos. We'll read them at the end of every segment, or TTS will read them if they're 20 or above.
This is the last time you're going to be able to donate during a Trump presidency.
It is.
Make your dollar worthwhile.
It isn't. And
now wait a minute. We don't know what's gonna happen. Tomorrow they could they could find all the missing votes in Pennsylvania and Georgia, and then Donald Trump can stay president.
I mean,
in Arizona.
I mean,
don't encourage them. Don't encourage them.
I guess if God was real, then our prayers would be answered. But
all right, so here's Nick Fuentes addressing, the notion that there might be any funny business going on by the right during the inauguration. So let's hear what he has to say.
25,000 troops and Capitol Police and National Parks Police and Secret Service and FBI. And they've closed all the bridges into Washington, D.C. And they've established military checkpoints across the city. They've closed down all the streets. So there's no traffic going on.
Yeah, this is an appropriate reaction. You're always going to see, and it might be an overreaction, but an overreaction is justified after what just happened 2 weeks ago. So that's what's going to happen. That's kind of like how probably the day after 9/11 was probably the safest day to fly as far as security went.
You had your chance. You had your chance to gather in Washington, D.C. and make your point. And your point ended in bloodshed for not only your own supporters, but the police officers that you supposedly supported as well died because you threw a tailgate party at the fucking Capitol building, and it got out of hand because you are all imbeciles.
He was definitely there. He definitely had people that were answering to him. He is the leader of a group of people. I've seen him in front of hundreds of people cheering for him and chanting his name. He has influence. He can incite something. And we know that the woman that stole the laptop from Pelosi's office definitely was hanging out with Nick Fuentes at one point during that day.
They barricaded the government building, specifically the U.S. Capitol building where the siege took place on the 6th.
And after this happened, Nick was talking about how cool this was. He was also talking about how cool it was that his buddy Baked Alaska broke into the Capitol. But let's see how he reacts to it now. It's a total 180.
It's a very bizarre thing. And what I will say at the outset is this. What is most puzzling to me is all this talk about demonstrations on the inauguration. And I was planning on talking about this on Friday, but we ran out of time. How many of you have seen all across the media for the past week, they've been talking about right-wing extremists planning attacks, planning demonstrations at state capitals, at the national capital.
So now you know what he's doing? He's laying the groundwork to make the claim later on that if something does happen, it's the left just trying to make the right look bad.
That's right.
Yep, that's what he's doing right now.
Day of the inauguration. I've seen that all over the media. Now, the media is talking about speculation. They're saying in anticipation of, people are speculating these things will happen. That's why National Guard is being deployed nationwide in the U.S. Capitol, but also in all the state capitals. They will also say at the same time that there are no credible threats. If you see any of these media reports, at once they say, well, in anticipation of all this expected violence, they're having this massive occupation of state capitals and the U.S. Capitol, but at the same time, there's no credible threats. And I can confirm that this is the case because I'm a right-wing guy. I have a pretty good idea of what goes on in the right wing. I haven't seen or heard anything from anybody.
He knows everybody in the right wing. He hasn't heard anything. Yeah. Nothing.
I haven't heard a thing.
Yeah, he was covering his ears when the people at the Capitol said, "We'll be back." Because literally they said that.
I have to agree with you. The whole reason why he's doing this is because he knows he's under a fucking microscope. And he's trying to basically... Fuentes always does the same thing, too. He always tries to use, little wormy language to get out of any responsibility for what he fucking says. But he can't, no matter what, stupid ass shit he says here, if there's literally any way in which he's connected with this, they're going to fucking find out. So it doesn't really matter.
About anything going on.
Do you think he's trying to go for more than just plausible deniability at this point? Like he's trying to, what's his end game here? But they know he hyped it up for a while.
I don't necessarily think that Nick knows what to do now. I think he's absolutely fucking lost. And I don't think anybody should be surprised by that either, because something a lot of people forget when they think about Nick Fuentes, he's only 22 years old.
He is.
He's a fucking kid.
He got his start, I think he might have been 17 or 18 when he got his start, when he was streaming with JF and the Kumite and those kind of people.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
He's been
he doesn't know what he's doing.
He's been riding a wave that was going with or without him. And he was able to get a little boogie board and keep the attention of people, posting memes and making edgy Hitler referential jokes against the Jews. And he was able to tag a little fucking money out of people who had nowhere else to put their money because they believe that the fucking left controls the real media. So they have to find this fringe media, and they will latch on to anybody that pats them on the back and says, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah. He just has to keep telling the idiots that listen to him what they want to hear and never deviate from that.
And that would have been really great if they didn't start doing the exact things that they've spent the last years or so calling out the left for.
Yeah.
You guys kind of fucking fumbled here. GG.
Do you think if his audience suddenly didn't respond to the extreme the extreme opinions that he has and they start to drift more towards more moderate conservative opinions, do you think he would switch? Do you think he would switch to stay in touch with his fans, or do you think he would still stay extreme right?
Oh, he would try. If
he was a neocon before this, he knew which way the wind was blowing and went that way.
The real problem is, he's no Ben Shapiro. He's not intelligent enough to run that fucking center line. He's got to go all right. He's got to go all the way over and get that fringe that are fucking psycho, stupid, QAnon, ridiculous, race baiting,
crypto fascist.
He needs that group to support him because he can't woo the people who have some semblance of intelligence that have their moderate conservative views.
You can't be honest and attract a fan base like his either. You have to constantly toe the line and confirm their biases. That's what you have to do.
Okay.
There is such a thing as going too far, too. Like, there are definitely people out there who, had they not taken just a few of those steps, they probably could have bounced back and drifted a little bit further away from the fringes. But there's no fucking way that Fuentes is ever going to be anything except for like a fucking edgy boy. And he's always going to be marred. He's going to carry that fucking stigma of all this shit, all the stuff that's recently happened. It's never going to leave him. It's going to follow him forever.
In D.C. or any state capitals the day of the inauguration. And I said this on...
Then where's all this FBI intelligence coming from? Is that the media too? Is the FBI part of the media?
I've actually heard the opposite.
Media is a good boogeyman.
Has been
and where does he think the media is getting their information from?
CIA.
FBI, like law enforcement, have gathered intelligence. And come on, man. He fucking knows that there are groups planning to at least demonstrate. There's no way.
Telling their followers.
There's a guy that just got picked up, 20-year-old guy from Ohio that got picked up trying to, he's ex-military, tried to blow up the fucking new World Trade Center, right?
Yep.
The memorial for 9/11 memorial.
Yeah.
He's trying to blow that up. Guy's 20 years old.
They say he contacted somebody in ISIS, and he was like, "Hey, I'm trying to do a terrorism. Can you help me out?"
They have their feelers out for that kind of shit constantly. So anyone who tries that is an idiot.
Yeah. God, dude, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Stay away from the Capitol.
That's like someone Googling how to hide a body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but
wait, you shouldn't Google
I
that?
Google that all the time, though. That way, when I finally do need it, I'll have a history of doing it. Like, I've been looking up the whole time. I was curious. I'm writing a book.
And certainly
that'll just get you first degree instead of second degree.
No violence. Certainly nothing, anything like that. But even beyond that, no demonstrations, no protests, no rallies, don't even go. And yet the media has been beating this drum for the past week about they have to take these intense security precautions, even going as far as to vet the National Guard that are coming into the district. They're having the FBI vetting the National Guard.
I think they should be vetted before they get into the National Guard. It's crazy the amount of people in the military that are members of gangs or members of extremist groups because they don't check for that kind of shit because they'll take anybody they can get, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember back when the Iraq War was in full swing. I read a news story about, or like a news article about how they were seeing American gang graffiti all over Baghdad, and it's because certain soldiers were members of gangs back in the U.S., and they were like putting their graffiti in places around Baghdad. It's crazy.
That's hood.
Yeah, I kind of think maybe they should do more thorough background checks.
Well, the background checks here are they're trying to see if people voted for Trump type thing. They're trying to make sure that these Trump supporters aren't going to turn the guns on Biden that are in the guard.
Well, no, I read that they got credible information that there were going to be Trump supporters that were going to dress up as National Guard so they could do a terrorism. That's why they're checking everybody that comes in. Well, I think I saw that on Reuters or Axios or something like that.
I saw a news story today that they did actually fire 2 legit National Guardsmen who had ties to alt-right groups.
They didn't fire him. They took him off.
Took him off.
Yeah.
Because like the thing about military culture, they're not really going to even care that much if you're like a former gangbanger, or even if you necessarily like still have affiliations with some of these groups and shit. Because in the military, you still have a purpose. You can still be fodder,
Not just fodder.
I don't like if you're a member of like an outlaw biker gang or something. I don't think you should be able to like. I don't know. We shouldn't be sending you to other countries with a weapon in your hand.
The idea with the military is that they're going to break you again, and you're going to be theirs.
That doesn't work all the time.
No, it doesn't. But teaching somebody how to soldier and teaching them how to follow orders is like the basic idea behind it. And if you wash out, you wash out. But in order to get into like a good officer position or to get security clearance, then they have really strict requirements. They do lots of background check for that. So if you have like any red flags of like you were in the 3%er or the Oath Keepers or the Proud Boys or something like that, probably never going to get a security clearance.
Hey, yo, Jeff, why it gotta be red flags, dog? Why not blue flag? Why not blue flag?
Because in the words of the FBI, they say they need to do that out of fear that a National Guardsman might try to take a shot at Joe Biden. Now, I mean, this is just crazy stuff because I haven't seen anything like that. I haven't seen anything like that from anybody that I know about even peaceful legal demonstrations, much less anything like violence. As far as I know, nobody in the entire sphere is talking like that. But yet the media has been pushing this every day,
as far as
hours.
I know. You think people are going to be talking to you about their plans right now, Tricky Nick? They think you're a slippery little fucking lemming, too. The way you fucking were at the Capitol base but didn't walk in? Like, what is he, CIA? He ain't in there with everybody else? Why isn't he in there? Was he a fucking pussy? They don't want to fucking tell you their plans now?
That low-key would be hilarious to find out that Nick Fuentes was a confidential informant. That would be the best. That would be the best thing that happened this year for that information to come out.
But I think he's just a yellow little puss.
For the past week, it leads me to believe that there's funny business going on.
Is that what it is? That funny business? Is it funny business that everybody's like, you see Biden's turning away all the immigrants at the border coming up from, is it Salvadorian? Is that where they're from? He said the caravans, Biden's turning away the caravans, so was Obama. It wasn't just a fucking open door policy. Obama had kids in cages too. The idea that the fucking right wants you to think that they're going to let everybody in the country has never been the case. It's just a little bit of human rights that they're trying to work towards, which usually takes about 20 or 30 years in this country.
Planting the seed, just like they did with election fraud, just like they did with Red Mirage and all that. They're planting the seed because maybe there's some kind of intelligence operation going on. I don't know. I don't want to get too specific because
I'm not sure, but anything coming to intelligence isn't really in my wheelhouse.
Oh, hold on. Did you hear what he just said?
No.
Listen to what he just said. Hold on.
Going on? I don't know. I don't want to get too specific because I know law enforcement's probably looking at me.
You're right.
He knows. Yeah,
I'm a little pussy, short and stout.
Because I was at the protest on the 6th. I was at the rally on the Lips. Never went into the Capitol. Let the record show. But, I was in the district that day. So I don't want to elaborate further on that, but I feel like there might be some funny business going on because there will not be any organic. There will not be anything organic on the inauguration. I know that because I know everybody in the right wing, and nobody's
You do not
talking
know
about doing
everybody.
anything, but yet the media keeps pushing that.
I know everybody in the right
Clearly it's
wing.
the
I know
liberals.
Catboy. I
And
know Baked
clearly it's meant to
Alaska.
serve some kind of
I know
agenda.
all the
What
loser
exactly,
cucks of the
I
right.
don't know. What exactly they're planning, maybe you can guess. But I don't like it and don't believe it. If there's some kind of funny business on the inauguration day, I'm not going to believe the official narrative for one
If
second
there is some
because-
type of funny business on Inauguration Day, it's going to be amazing because they have put the fucking troops down, shut down the bridges. They've been doing everything to make it not happen. So if it does happen, maybe you're right that it was orchestrated against from the fucking media because that would make me terribly unsure of our government being able to handle something like this if it does happen. So how does something like this happen? Because I don't believe MAGA is capable of infiltrating 25,000 National Guard and the fucking bridges being shut down.
They don't have to
unless
infiltrate.
they're coming from the inside.
They don't have to infiltrate. They can still try something. They can try, and that's enough. Like, them trying is bad enough. Like, trying to do something stupid, you know?
You know, like I said,
they think some of these people are delusional fucks. They think they're a revolutionary. They think they're fighting the evil deep state and all that shit that goes along with that. So there's crazies out there that are willing to risk their lives and do the stupidest thing they could ever do, just to look cool to their memer LARPer buddies.
Ali,
that
who
they're hanging out
organized Stop the Steal, to Fox, to Trump, to America First, Groypers, even alt-right. Everybody I've seen has said, stay away, don't go, not plan anything, whatever. But yet the media keeps saying, oh, something's going to happen, something's going to happen. Maybe it'll all just blow over. Maybe it'll be like the Joker premiere. Remember how they did that when Joker came out?
It probably will be.
They said incel violence planned at...
Well, have you ever heard of copycat crimes? Like, a lot of times, especially a big public mass murder inside of a movie theater on the premiere of a highly anticipated movie, all that attention that killer got, people are likely to copycat that kind of thing. And being that it was a Batman adjacent movie about the Joker, which is who the last killer dressed as, it's logical to think that might happen, that it's possible. It's not the media trying to scare you.
And since the last big MAGA anti-fucking Biden march ended in bloodshed and dead bodies, there's a reason to respond at least much stronger than was responded to the last time. Because the last time you had these fucking museum security guards trying to hold down the Capitol building.
Premieres of the movie Joker, that was back in fall 2019. And that obviously didn't materialize at all. But they fearmongered about that for weeks. I was scared to go. I remember I went with a friend.
Pussy.
And I was like, I would rather be in Afghanistan right now than be in this premiere to Joker.
That's exactly what a millennial fucking wimp would say.
He's a Zoomer anyway.
You fucking yellow-bellied pussy.
Yeah.
Yellow-pilled pissant. Garbage.
Because of all the media fear-mongering. And, you know, I went and saw it 10 times and nothing happened.
All right.
It's this kind of shit.
You went and saw Joker 10 times?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be that fucking surprised. No.
I think I saw it 3 times.
No, I mean, it's a good movie. It just, 10 times, though. It's like, that's like in 10 greatest comic book movies of all time territory.
Jeff, I heard you trying to say something. What were you going to say?
I'm sorry.
No. You're fine, man. You're fine. What I just keep coming back to, and I'm thinking about this whole fucking situation, is for the past 4 years, and probably even before that, we've been constantly fed this line that things aren't as bad as you think they are. Don't blow it out of proportion. Don't do this. Don't do that. And we've hit like terminal fucking levels at this point where we're desperately trying to be like, well, yeah, there was an insurrection, but is it that big of a deal? Yes, it is. Yes, actually it is. Look, I know that guy over there was throwing Sieg Heils and he's wearing a Camp Auschwitz shirt, but is he really a Nazi? Yes, he fucking is.
You know what? Let's look at some of Nick's recent tweets.
Please do. Yes, I
like how we cut into Jeff's speech and then you gave Jeff the ability to speak and then cut into it.
Yeah, man, I know.
You wear a mask, yet you drink tap water. curious.
my man Nick is up at 5 a.m. tweeting that them knowledge bombs.
I mean, how many fucking mask wearers do drink tap water? A lot of these motherfuckers are the bottled water.
There's no equivalence between drinking tap water, which goes through water treatment facilities and is tested, and it has safeguards to prevent contamination, and wearing a mask. There's just no comparison between the two things. I don't know.
I guess they're pumping COVID into the water supply now.
That'd be very difficult to do.
CIA can do it.
Here's the gem right here. The next one.
MLK Day, more like rapist, anti-white piece of shit day.
That's a clever one. That's real good.
Yeah, and then someone called him out on this. And listen to what he said.
Preserving this disgusting tweet that Nick Fuentes just deleted, I really don't understand why he hasn't been kicked off Twitter yet. My dog walked across my keyboard.
So fucking spineless, dude. He's so spineless.
He is. He's so spineless that he pitches fucking anti-Jewish propaganda rhetoric bullshit through the fucking guise of Sesame Street, Cookie Monster, and other characters that he can laugh about and not have to own up to the fact that he's a despicable fucking loser who I will say, if Hitler was here today, probably would discard him with everybody else. You're a fucking twerp, dog. You're garbage. You're not one of the fucking Aryan, the Ubermensches. You're a fucking minuscule dweeb.
Where does Nick Fuentes fall in the pecking order of right-wing pundits? Like where does he fall? Like how? Like what's his power level? Like if he was on the team, where is he?
He has a pretty large following, but he's been kicked off every platform now, so now he has to stream, I think, on his own website. He was kicked off of D-Live, which is where normally alt-right white nationalists go after they've been kicked off of YouTube. So even like the Safe Haven booted him. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he can go and hold a rally and have hundreds of people show up. He can... Alex Jones is like his buddy. His buddy was with Alex Jones, so I mean, he has a good amount of influence.
Is he more powerful or less powerful than Dave Rubin? Where is he?
He's more powerful than Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin's a shill.
And they're different. Isn't Dave Rubin Jewish and gay?
I don't know.
I believe he is.
He's gay.
I believe he's Jewish too.
I don't know.
Nick Fuentes does not like Jews or gays at all.
Dave Rubin seems to be a megaphone for other people.
Right.
But here's an analogy for Nick Fuentes' power level. All right. He's like a little fucking twerp kid in an intertube, and he's going down the river. There's some white water. He's super happy, super excited with his rapid white water ride. And then he gets to the turbulent area and he pisses and moans and cries. Says, "Get me off this fucking ride right now. I'm scared. I'm a little pussy bitch." So he's enjoying the power when the water's taking him down the fucking the river himself. But once things get a little too turbulent, he's a crybaby bitch.
See, he seems like he would be lower than like Tommy Lahren and like the Hodge twins, but then above like I'm trying to figure out like where he is in that world. Like who's got more power, Nick Fuentes or Tim Pool?
Well, Tim Pool are 100%.
Yeah.
Here's a problem. Here's a problem when you're trying to like figure out these power levels for these people. So like you couldn't compare Nick Fuentes with Tommy.
Like if he was a basketball player, who would he be? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Muggsy Bogues.
He wouldn't be playing this. No. Guys.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be playing the same fucking sport. That's the problem. Like Nick Fuentes and some of these dudes that actually work in like the very, very extreme far right spheres, they're not doing the same fucking thing. They are tapping kind of into the same base, and they are recruiting from the people who are fans of people like Dave Rubin and Tucker Carlson and that kind of shit. They recruit from there. But that's not what they're trying to pitch. They're trying to pitch very, very specific things. Now, Nick Fuentes is an absolute beta pussy bitch male who's never going to do anything on his own. But the kind of people that he does attract and the kind of rhetoric that he does normalize and make people really excited to use means that Nick Fuentes could probably send a suicide bomber faster than Dave Rubin or the Hodge twins or Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
Yes. I would like
different.
There has to have been video of Nick Fuentes from that day. I would like to know what he was telling his followers before people started breaking into the Capitol building. I'd like to see it because I know he was there. I know he had a huge crowd of people. He's been gaining influence. He has an incredible amount of influence. His followers always come around and tell me how much more cool and popular Nick Fuentes is than me. But I don't want those cunts to be my followers, so I'm not jealous. I'm jealous of people who have way bigger, like, audiences of cool people, not white nationalist pieces of shit. So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I was at a Marilyn Manson concert a couple years ago, and he said he said, hey, so there's a lot of hateful shit there's a lot of hateful racist shit that people have done, listening to my music. So I just want to go ahead and tell y'all right now, if you're a fan of my music and also racist, don't listen to my music. Just throw my shit away. Just delete it. I don't even want you as a fan. I was like, all right, Marilyn Manson, you cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? And he opened for Smashing Pumpkins, which I thought was weird because I felt like he should have went last.
He was buddies with Billy Corgan. They may have switched. They may have traded off nights. Who the headliner was, I don't know.
And Marilyn Manson, I guess, is a really considerate lover too.
Oh yeah?
No.
No.
Yeah. If you won't finish me off, I'll do it myself. You remember from The Rumor when he took his, the thing.
Oh yeah.
God took one of Adam's ribs and made Eve. Marilyn Manson took one of his ribs and made blowjob to himself.
Yeah.
So Billy sent me this video. I hadn't seen this yet. I'm blocked on Twitter by Chris Hansen.
Oh yeah.
So
how'd you get?
What did you do? What did you do, Ben?
Chris,
what did you do?
I shared a stream where we were making fun of Chris Hansen.
He just blocked.
I don't like. I have no respect for Chris Hansen whatsoever. So here's Chris Hansen talking, I guess, about the Discovery Plus stuff and Onision and all that.
Just a day after episode 3 of Onision in Real Life rolled out on Discovery Plus, there is a sequel, Onision Unplugged.
Whose stylish Brooklyn apartment is this? Or is it in Manhattan? I don't know.
It's his girlfriend's, right?
Is it?
Pretty sure he lives with his girlfriend in Manhattan.
He's not homeless, dude. And I'm like, he's living with his mom, guys.
Well, no,
I don't think he's homeless.
His mom passed away, so he lived with her in Michigan. He lives with his girlfriend in Manhattan, and he has a closet apartment in Connecticut outside of New York. Yeah, it's like a closet apartment.
I think having places to live makes you not homeless. I don't think he's homeless.
And his cell phone is in his son's name. I know way too much about Chris Hansen because I'm the real investigative reporter.
Now confirmed that YouTube has deemed
his son is a legit reporter for a local news channel, I think in Denver or something like that.
Monetized the main YouTube channels of Gregory James Jackson, Onision. We've reached out to YouTube for comment. A spokesperson has not gotten back to me, but
what a surprise!
Wait, his real name is Gregory Johnson Jackson.
Okay. So Onision has had several names, but so every time he didn't call him the YouTube Psycho Brat, which I'm kind of surprised, but he always called him the YouTube Psycho Brat from Washington State, Onision James Jackson. And he goes by James now. He wants his name to be James. It's James now. It's James.
Well, the story here is that Onision's been demonetized on all his YouTube channels.
He has been, and I have something from Onision too, that I won't show the video from and play on fast speed. But so here's Chris Hansen talking about it.
In the documentary, if you've seen it, there is graphic evidence of not only Onision's abuse and predatory behavior targeting young women, but the exploitation and violation of YouTube standards over and over and over again.
There is a scene in the third documentary where they take a video of YouTube explaining their guidelines, and they intercut videos of Onision presumably breaking those guidelines. Some of them were calls to violence, and then it was from scripted content that he made, which is really disingenuous. There was a joke that was made that was distasteful, probably racist, that was put up against some other stuff. But looking at that scene in the documentary, I feel like that could have been made about the majority of YouTubers I work with and know.
It was bound to happen. The terms and conditions, they're written in a way where they can pretty much get rid of anyone they want.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's by design that way.
Yeah, it's like when you get most jobs, you sign a contract that says basically the same thing. Like they can get rid of you for any reason they want. Unless it's like because you're a protected class, like because of your race, religion, or you're disabled or something like that. But any other reason other than those, and those have to be proven, which is very hard to prove, they can fire you for anything. So it's kind of the same thing.
It's going down a slippery slope now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I didn't want Onision to get deplatformed, but I pretty much saw it coming. But hey, he beat out Trump.
Onion, orange man bad, onion man bad, orange man gone, onion man gone.
It's about time. There is so much more.
You have violated YouTube terms and conditions. You shouldn't even be on YouTube. Didn't he false flag a bunch of people?
He did.
Yeah, and didn't his old channel get shut down or something too? Didn't he start on a different channel?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Or maybe he had to change the name because of some connection.
No, he switched channels. He definitely has an old channel and a new channel. I thought you investigated this.
Not this. I don't care about that.
Just where he lived.
I just want to know where he lived and where his phone was and how many side girlfriends he runs.
Becoming this story.
How many crimes he's committed with.
And in the investigation being conducted now by law enforcement, being more focused than ever. It should also serve as a warning.
No, it's not. First, there was an investigation long before Chris Hansen got involved. Because an open investigation just means they collect evidence whenever it comes in.
The same Pierce County Sheriff's Department officer that was on Chris Hansen's show and said on Chris Hansen that they were having trouble finding any actual victims was interviewed for the documentary, and he said, we're taking our time with this because we only get one shot. We only get one shot, and we want to make sure that it works, that we get him. When he just said to Hansen he was having trouble finding any victims, they didn't put any new information in this documentary. It seems very screwy, and on top of it, the sheriff, Ed Troyer from the Pierce County Sheriff's Department, he knows sex offenders because his adopted son is one. Why is everybody around this fucking connected to fucking people worse than Onision? Why?
Oh, dude.
Why? Why is everybody around this connected to people worse than Onision? Mike Morris, the lawyer that fucking Chris Hansen brought in, has 3 open molestation or sexual offense cases in the Supreme Court of Minnesota or Michigan. M-words. Everybody around it is terrible. Everybody is horrible people. They're all horrible people. The Onision-hating business makes so much fucking money that a TV station put 3 hours of Onision documentary in the true crime episode and pointed out not one actual crime for 3 episodes in the true crime section of Discovery Plus.
Well, yeah, I mean, him saying that they only get one shot at it means they don't have enough to even take a good shot at it right now. That's why they can't do it, and they may very well never do it. If there's nothing more that can come out, if we've seen everything that there is to come out, then they can't take a shot at it, really.
And I talked to the producer of the show, Grace. I talked to her for like over an hour on the phone when they wanted to send someone over to interview me, and she was fucking lost, didn't know how to finish this damn show, and she was regretted working with Chris Hansen, regretted working with Shiloh, but that's the only motherfuckers they could have come out and talk about him. So that's what this documentary was about.
It should have ended with Onision humping you in front of his house.
Honestly, they should, because I at least got video of him fucking sexually aggressing somebody.
You?
Me? Yeah. I fucking was a sacrificial lamb. And all the anti-O's just want to come out and make fun of me for it.
Oh, you have
and
the
fucking
best
victim.
tits.
They just want to victim abuse. They just want to, haha, you let Onision rape you. Oh, okay, I thought you were fucking for the victims. Now you're over here laughing at the face of somebody you think is a victim? You're a fucking scumbag. You're a garbage trash person.
Warning to those who exploit YouTube, who use targeted harassment and misinformation campaigns.
Oh, I love this. Yeah.
That's fucking you.
Who's he
Chris
talking
Hansen.
about here? Who's he talking about here?
Exploit YouTube, who use targeted harassment and misinformation campaigns because the spotlight is
Like
now on
Anonymous
you. Much
Gene,
more to
you're a
come
fucking attack
very
dog?
soon. Have a good night. I'll be watching.
Motherfucker.
Vince Nicotra, who you had working for you?
Yeah, dude, like all of his fucking goons and minions do the exact same fucking thing. Misinformation, this motherfucker was paid by some sketchy ass dudes trying to unload a bunch of aircraft engine tank cleaner as a special coronavirus miracle cure. He did that. He fucking did that. This stupid piece of shit. And the whole fucking thing that we got now with this big TV show about Onision is that all the same fucking data, all the same shit, nothing fucking new, no closer to any kind of consequences. And in the meantime, a bunch of girls who actually were hoping something was going to happen got played by Chris Hansen and Shiloh.
Yep.
You made it worse. You made it fucking worse.
And like the producers of this Discovery Plus show, they bought on to this idea because of Hansen and his big fucking media storm. They bought onto it and they were stuck having to produce something. And the only people they talked to were Shiloh, Hansen, Regina, who never met them. And then they had to get some fucking woman who was kidnapped for 4 days, brutally raped to the point where she thought she was going to die by a 38-year-old man. They had to get her to talk about Onision because that was the best they could do.
But she didn't know Onision.
No, she just had to relate her story.
But her story sounds way worse.
Oh, I should hope. I should hope that that's way worse. She was a 13-year-old girl that got kidnapped in a trunk by a 38-year-old man, thought she was going to die after 4 days of being repeatedly abused, raped, all that. Thought she was going to die, and the police
Slow
found her
down,
and
Billy.
broke
You
her
keep
out.
like hyperventilating, buddy.
Because you
All right,
brought...
okay, hold up. All right. I feel like I don't know who Onision is, and I feel I need the crash version just one more time. Just wait, what did he do?
Onision?
Yeah, just
Okay,
like, hey,
so
he's a
You're
popular
asking
YouTuber, right?
someone. Okay, so each one of you give. Okay, Billy, you give your synopsis on who Onision is, and if Jeff disagrees with anything, he can give his. How about that?
Onision is a guy who's been around YouTube for a decade. A decade of YouTube. About a decade ago, he got into a relationship with a 17-year-old pop star from Canada, and they had a horrible online relationship in public, and it looked to be like he was a manipulative piece of shit, and it was bad, and it's still bad. And then he's had other relationships with people online, some of them too young to... he dances around the age of consent line.
Yeah.
And this is what Onision does. He is a fucking asshole that can cut people out of his life, and he does like that. And they feel like they're worthless. They feel like they had no value because they had no say in being cut out of this fandom relationship. They looked up to him as a fan at one point, a weird parasocial relationship that was never of equals. And then he cuts them out completely, leaves them discarded and empty and angry and sometimes.
And I want to throw in this dude at this time, like in the 2016, 2017, making millions, like probably around $2 million a year, I would say, and not paying taxes.
Yeah, and so he treats these girls like shit, and they publicly show what a piece of shit he is. And then you get these people online who make money off of him being a piece of shit, and they sensationalize what a piece of shit he is, and they make tons of money, and they speculate, and the speculation turns into this monster bigger than Onision is, the point where he is definitely a pedophile. Definitely, you don't. If you have kids and you do videos with Onision, you're a bad mother. You're a bad parent because he could possibly molest your young children.
But if you did do videos with Onision and you cross him in any way, he will turn on you and turn his wrath upon you as well.
Yeah.
Right?
What does the wrath of Onision look like?
It used to be worse.
It's a crazy autistic blame game.
Sometimes doxing.
On the spectrum, blame game, doxing, pointing out every bad possible thing he can figure out about you. He's not a good person when it comes to being human and considering other people's existence in this world. He doesn't fucking care. He will, if it means clearing himself of something, he will destroy somebody. Over and beyond what's needed. It's not good.
There was this 19-year-old that had BPD that was just trying to ruin my life. And I told her to get out of my life, and she tried to ruin it because of her BPD. She's crazy. That's like something he would say.
Yeah, that is sounding exactly.
All right. I need an Onision crash course. Send me some videos that I can watch, and then just link me to some videos that I can watch. The next time I'm on DP, because every time we talk about Onision, I always feel like I ask the question, "Who is this guy again?" I'm like, man,
Here's Onision. I'm not gonna play the video of it on the show, and I'm gonna speed this up. Because he'll like copyright, he's demonetized. Can he copyright claim anymore?
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm just gonna play it anyway. It's sped up a little bit.
About 10 years ago, Shiloh made me a promise.
Your career's been finished. Trust me, I'm capable of it. Now I actually want to destroy you because you've destroyed me. You're done.
So this is an old video of Onision. You can't see it because I don't want to play it because he copyright claims people's videos all the time. So this is his girlfriend from years ago that, like, in this, her head's all shaved because he shaved her head and shit. I don't know the details of that, but this is her, like, when I guess he tried to break up with her here, and this was her response.
She was threatening to ruin him.
Yeah.
And then you'll be left with nothing.
Shortly after the police showed up, because I had called the police on her, and they physically escorted her out of my house. But as I said, Shiloh threatened my career. She said she wanted to destroy me for dumping her. She said I'd be left with nothing after she's done ruining my life. And of course, the reason the police took her away is because she threatened to take her own life because I broke up with her. And she specifically stated that she was going to make it look like I did it, i.e. framing me for her suicide. This is on Onision.
Like, nothing, no topic is off, is too far when you're on his bad side. He will literally go as far as it takes to, like, defame you as much as possible.
.com/Shiloh, a page with tons of content that proves my innocence and proves why I left her in the first place. But
yeah, he has a whole vanity URL set up with all of the evidence against.
But what would you do if people were accusing you of something, right? Like, it's crazy, it's psycho, but it makes sense from his point of view to do this. Like,
I would ignore it, and
would you?
to the internet, none of these facts matter. Same goes for Onision.com/Sarah, where Sarah confesses that I didn't do anything illegal and that I was actually trying to defend her and take care of her and that I was keeping her from illegal activities. That I was
ignoring it's better than doing this. I don't think that this is a better decision.
Like if they had 3 Discovery true crime episodes about you.
That's such a. Okay.
Like, what's he supposed to do? Like, just sit there and be like, I guess, all these moments where these girls said things that contradict what they told the fucking Chris Hansen and Discovery Plus. Let's just ignore these things. This is classic Onision. He finds a shred of fact that he can hold on to, and he manipulates it into a goddamn fortress and hides behind it. He's a manipulator. And people say he's a master manipulator, but he's not. Because if he was, we would think he was goddamn Pootie Pie right now. We'd think he was a good guy. He's a shitty manipulator that will manipulate to the point of self-destruction.
I gotta agree with Billy on this. Like, he's honestly not very good at any of this. And like, even I get what you're saying, Billy, that he builds up these mountains of evidence and everything. But when he does it, he just comes across even worse. He comes across as like world's biggest fucking prick.
Yeah.
Just huge.
Like, we
I
don't
don't
care
think
if it's
this is-
true. We hate you anyways.
Yeah,
Like, if there's so many YouTubers, PT Hammer, Toxic Man, yeah, he definitely is.
Toxic
There's so
Man.
many YouTubers who have done actual crimes against underage children that still have a platform and make money because people don't hate them as much as they hate Onision. And unfortunately, with all this viewership on Onision, the most crimes they've been able to fit on him was cutting down some trees in his backyard.
Everybody, please like the stream, by the way. I do want to point that out. If you could throw us a like, that'd be great. I mean, he did some stuff in his backyard. Now, part of his backyard, he was not legally permitted to do that, correct?
Well, yeah, and he paid
Okay.
for it.
Yeah, okay.
But like cutting down some trees is not burying an underage body in your backyard.
No,
like,
it's not.
But people want to believe he is the worst person in the world. They want to fantasize. They want to put every bad thing a man has done to them on him and make him the sacrificial target.
The anti-Onision fan base became more toxic than Onision himself.
Yes.
And some of the alleged Onision victims almost took on Onision-like personalities or tactics to get back at people who questioned what they were doing.
I got attacked by Shiloh because I tweeted at Chris Hansen when he was in Seattle knocking on Onision's door. I was like, hey, come talk to me. I'm on Drunken Peasants podcast. Come on the podcast. We'll talk Onision. And Shiloh responded and sent all of her anti-O fan base against me. And I spent days evening things out with Shiloh, trying to hey, this is where I'm coming from type of thing. She watched Drunken Peasants and was like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Me and my mom watch. I respect that. I'll pull them away. And then she rescinded it and pulled them away. And I was like, this girl has so much power. I hope she uses it for good. And within the next couple of months, she had attacked innocent random girls and other YouTubers who did absolutely nothing to warrant the attack. She'd attacked friends of mine for saying things that didn't go along with her line of thinking. So whenever Shiloh says she wants to destroy somebody, I believe her.
Her and Chris Hansen were they were the closest throughout this. And by the way, Chris Hansen's girlfriend was harassing girls too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Chris Hansen's lawyer.
So wait, Shiloh was Shiloh, the woman who was his girlfriend, and it was like, I'm gonna kill myself. According to Onision, she said she was gonna kill herself and then make it look like he did it.
Yeah.
That girl, you asked her to be on Peasants, and then she sent an army of anti-O's.
We didn't ask her to be on Peasants. We asked Chris Hansen to be on Peasants.
Because he was in town.
Because he was in town. I was like, why don't you come through and talk Onision with us?
Because he had just knocked on Onision's front door. We're like, come on over. Let's talk.
Yeah, I know a lot about Onision. Let's have a talk. And Shiloh responded and attacked me online and sent the droves of anti-Onision fans out against me. And I, wasn't going for that. I had just defriended Onision shortly before that because of what Sarah came out with.
Yeah, see, so Sarah's another one. There's a bunch of them.
And Sarah, Sarah, she was in that house when she was 16. Probably too young to be visiting somebody on that level. She had aspirations to be romantically linked with them. Whether it was grooming or not, I don't know. I can't. I still can't tell you that because I wasn't fucking there.
Check this out too. You probably don't know this either, Hannibal. Onision's spouse is a female to male transgender man. And then he was having, and Onision was having like Onision's spouse would bring in people to bring them into the relationship, and it's almost like he was trying to establish some kind of polygamist arrangement situation at the Onision house.
What I think it was is Onision works so much on his videos that he wants Kai to have a friend, like someone that Kai can be like with while he's busy working. And
Who is
and
Kai?
then Kai is Onision's husband.
Yeah.
Who was
Kai
who was
is-
Taylor
okay.
Laney at first when they got married? She was his wife, and throughout the last 8 years, he's now his husband. Kai is his husband now through the transition, and I had always thought that Onision was trying to find somebody there to be with Kai and be a friend of Kai, and then because he's not good at leaving things at that, he tries to fuck them and inch his way in and then ruins it all, and they all ruin it all because he inevitably fucks anything that sticks around, it seems.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Jeff, are you having a night-night?
This topic's always just so riveting to me.
I'm trying to process. I went to Onision's YouTube channel, and
Yeah.
I was looking. I was curious to see what his most popular videos were.
It's
'cause
probably
like normally
the
when I
banana
start
video.
watching-
The
So what I see is what guys think about makeup,
Oh.
where they are now. Why do people hate Onision? There's one in here about how fat is too fat for a girl to be. So, I'm curious to see where that's going. I betrayed my wife. My wife and I broke up. Our marriage.
There
is
was a lot
over.
of weird clickbait, and they would pretend to break up and shit for views and that kind of stuff.
Thank you, Splice Dice.
But they did
so-
eventually break up.
I don't think so. It depends on who we're talking about. We're gonna move on to fuck Onision.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The story is that he
I'm
was
trying. Yeah, I swear I'm trying. I'm
the
trying
story
to process
is
it all.
that he's been pulled out of the ad creator platform, and Chris Hansen is celebrating this win, and I feel like it's shitty for Chris Hansen to be celebrating getting somebody deplatformed because he himself seems like such a fucking grifter to me and should be deplatformed for when he uses his How to Catch a Predator fame to come in and sell some bullshit cleanser saying we're talking about a new predator, COVID-19.
I said he would go to jail. I meant YouTube jail. Let's.
I don't know. I'm a little angry about all this for reasons. I'm really hoping it doesn't start a trend of just accusational removal of.
Oh yeah. I did not. I don't support that at all.
No, we should also never forget that Chris Hansen got a guy killed. So there's that.
Wait, what now?
Oh yeah, no. When he did To Catch a Predator, he didn't follow the proper police procedures, and rather than wait for the guy to come to a bait house, they went to his house and he blew his own
catching the
brains.
last bit on my break. Nice to see Hannibal on the show again. One of the best guests.
And remember, for $20 or more, you too can interrupt Jeff Holiday. Don't just let us do it.
Fuck. But
I like this black and white filter, Jeff. It makes you look brooding.
I am pretty brooding. Like I said, like I was telling you before the show started, I quit smoking again, so I'm over here like fidgeting and brooding. But the reason why this is happening is because one of my studio lights broke, and so I can't make my green screen work right now. So
I like it. It looks like a dope ass album cover.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I like. Oh, they say now Ben looks like an unlocked character on Mortal Kombat. That's pretty dope.
You want to see my effect? Check this out. I can turn into a garbage pail kid.
Okay. Garbage Pail Kid is one of the most adequately rated movies of its time.
Yes.
Yes. It's one of the most appropriately rated movies.
It's no Hug-a-Bunch.
Oh my God, the Hug-a-Bunch.
I don't remember. I don't know what Hug-a-Bunch is.
Oh my God, it's the stuff of nightmares.
Sounds racist.
There you go.
Grayscale.
See, now Oh man, I gotta see. I want to mess with mine too, but I know if I mess with it, I'll never get it right again. And then
I'll
mine
change
will
it.
be mad.
I'll make
Okay.
you. Yeah, hold on.
Make me dark as night. I want to look like Jarmon Hansu.
Whoa, whoa!
Work that
Has
out.
anybody ever pronounced that name before?
Yeah, I think that's how you say his name.
I've
Jarmon
only ever seen it written. I've never tried to pronounce it myself. I was like, whatever I do here will probably be racist.
Oh, I like that. I'm Andorian. Andorian Hannibal.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Branded is the one who ran. What do you do when you're branded and you know you're a man?
There you go.
There it is. All right. I like this. This is kind of dope. Yeah,
Better not fuck with my color.
me, Jeff, and BENPAI. And so Billy's the colored one this
Exactly.
time. So check out,
I'm glad
see
you
how that
said
works
that.
out. How you like them apples, sir?
Applesauce, bitch.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jeff, you were telling the story about To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which was not about catching the predator, which is why I stopped watching the show.
Right. Whereas the Predator turned into trying to catch autism. So that's true, though. That's the plot of the last Predator movie is to catch.
It really? I never finished that one.
Yeah, they want to steal our autism because it's the next stage of human evolution. It's really bad. Anyway, so basically the whole thing with to catch Predator is they had to lure these people to the bait house, and then the cops would jump on them before anything really out of hand could happen. And the guy wouldn't come to the bait house, but he was like a city councilman or something like that. So they made the decision to go to his house rather than wait.
I think it was a prosecutor.
I don't know. All I know is he was in politics.
Yeah.
He was pretty important, like in the town level. And so they show up at his house, and he fucking blew his own brains out.
Jeff, hope you weren't saying anything important.
It was perfectly timed. That was perfectly timed. Oh my God. And we're 3/4 of the way to the goal. You guys are wonderful. Yes.
Tongue-kissed.
All right, what's this?
So, I just found out that there are people.
This is Spexo trying to look like a woman on some kind of
Why don't we use these apps to change everybody's videos we watch? We should run Wild Bill through the slut meter, the thotogram. We should run Trumpster Bob through the thotogram.
My God.
This is the future of DP, man. We're not going to get demonetized if they have the chipmunk voice over anything. Honestly, guys, next time you send in Ben Shapiro or something, give him the man filter so he doesn't look like a tiny little boy, and then make his voice up pitch a little bit so he sounds like Chuck Norris. Fuck Chuck Norris. I don't know. So he sounds like a
fuck Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a man that would go down Ben Shapiro lane. So he sounds like Kevin Sorbo.
Who are against abortion. That's fucking disgusting. How can you be against abortion? It's literally just a clump of cells that has its own unique DNA and develops into a person. And don't you know that almost 0.5% of women that get abortions have been raped and incested? So what if the other 99.5% of women that get abortions just get them because they want to?
I forgot that this was sped up because of
as long as rape exists, if one woman has been raped, then we should just have complete unregulated abortions for everyone. Stop trying to have control over my natural reproductive functions.
This is the guy that said that when he met Nick Fuentes, he asked if he could take a selfie with him, and he felt the same way as he did when he asked his wife if he could kiss her for the first time.
And he would not have.
That guy. Yeah, we saw the video with him during the protest. Yes, yes, I remember him. Yes.
Okay, a woman's body is natural and beautiful, and there's nothing more natural and beautiful than getting pregnant and then shoving tools in your body to suck it out. And,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Spexo has never actually had sex without first having to punch someone in the face. All right, it's never fucking. It's all there is to it.
First off, Spexo is doing sex wrong if you got to punch her in the face first.
Nick likes to be punched in the face, so
Yeah.
Oh.
It's called My Body, My Choice. And, like, if I choose to have unprotected, promiscuous sex with guys that I don't know, like, that doesn't mean that I have to take responsibility for, like, the consequences, okay? But, like,
you
if
do
I
have to take
choose
responsibility for it. You have to either abort it or afford it. And it's very hard to afford it. It shouldn't be that hard to abort it.
Mm-hmm. That minority up there makes a great point.
In living color, do what you wanna do.
have the baby, then, like, that guy should, like, totally be required to take care of it for,
Me
like, the
and
next
great
18
colored
years.
folk like Jim
Don't you get
Carrey
that?
and
Like, if you make
Alexandra
abortion-
Wentworth.
You know, there's this picture. Here's the like banner image on Spexo's Twitter. Oh shit, no, that's not it. Hold on.
My dog walked across my keyboard. What, did you dog whistle it, you fucker?
Here.
I just blew this dog whistle and my dog walked across my keyboard and said, MLK Day, more like rapists, my best.
If you guys could be one of the Wayans brothers, which one would you choose?
Oh, any
like,
of them?
Like now or at like
Right
at
here.
the peak of their career?
I'm just gonna say overall.
This is some kind of MAGA butt train. There's Nick Fuentes up at the front of it, and then there's like a shorter guy that's got Nick from behind, and then there's Spexo right there.
All right. Are they stepping? Are they on steps, or is this like an accurate representation of height?
I don't know.
It's not inaccurate. It's weird. There's depth. What this is the.
It's creepy. This picture.
The Catholic centipede.
Yeah.
Catholic centipede.
Just made Catholicism weirder.
That looks a little bit like a Muslim in this picture, if you ask me.
Ooh, man.
We're putting on our mean faces because we mean business. Okay.
Damn, we got a new Patreon.
I'm gonna go with Damon. I'm gonna go with Damon. I think Damon was probably my favorite Wayans.
I think.
I mean, go ahead, Bill.
You have to break down the Wayans who we're talking about here. I can think of Sean Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Damon Wayans, and Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan Ivory Wayans was the Leonardo. Okay, he was the leader, the Blue Mask. He was Leonardo Ninja Turtle of the Damon Wayans brothers. You have the Wayans brothers. Damon Wayans was probably the Raphael. He was cool but rude, and he definitely had the most star appeal.
He was Homie the Clown, right?
He had the most star appeal early on. He was Homie the Clown. And he had, I think he had the most big budget movies early on. Then you have Marlon, who was Michelangelo, you know? He was the party dude. He was the young funny one. And then Sean Wayans was SW1, the DJ. He's the architect, the
he
tech
never
guy.
talked.
He was the Donatello, right? Like,
sure.
I think I would want to be Marlon at heart because he's the party dude. But there's a lot to be said about Keenan. He's the string puller. He's the leader. There's a lot to say about Damon. You know, he's the one that could be the leader.
Major Payne?
But
Didn't he
led
do
his
Major
own path.
Payne?
Major Payne
Yes.
with Bam Bam Bigelow. And you have and then you have SW1, who really is like the you can't do it without Sean Wayans. He's the straight guy of the team, you know. It's tough. It's tough to pick what Wayne's brother you would be, and it's even tougher to remember what the fucking Wayne's sister name was. What was her fucking name?
Kim.
Kim Wayne.
It was just Kim.
Yeah,
it wasn't even a special name. She was April O'Neil, and just like April O'Neil, she just got in the way and wasn't very funny at all.
Yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad not remembering her damn name.
There was also Deidre, Elvira, and Shantae, but they were never. I don't think they ever had anything to do with them.
Never once. No. You know why? Because they were named Deidre, Elvira, and Shantae. They were out there doing their own Hocus Pocus spinoff. Those are witch names.
Do you guys remember the Chris Rock thing that he did on In Living Color, where like he was the guy that was always trying to like bargain with everybody?
Didn't he do the same thing on Saturday Night Live too? Did he run the
do
same
it on
character?
SNL too?
Guys, I know he was on SNL for a minute.
I thought that was only on In Living Color.
Yeah, that was
I got 35.
That was an In Living Color sketch because that was something that he did in one of Keenan Ivory Wayne's early movies. He did that in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah.
Then that role was the role that got his career off the ground. He was just like, I had this 2-minute scene this 30-second scene that turned into like that, that made my whole career. Yeah, I'm definitely going Keenen Ivory Wayans just because he's the guy that helms the ship. He did those scary movies, before they got terrible. I'm going to
Scary Movie 3 and 4 were not terrible. They were different. They were different. Simon Rex played a beautiful little brother.
Simon Rex. You were supposed to open for him.
Yeah, that was my last show that was booked before COVID.
And then COVID was canceled it.
Yeah, but this 3 and 4 weren't that bad. It got really bad after that. But yeah, Keenen Ivory Wayans had the best of the two. 3 and 4 were interesting. I thought Charlie Sheen coming on was great. Before we realized who Charlie Sheen really was. He was the Onision of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Now I know enough about Onision to for that reference to make sense and be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, like kind of a mix maybe of Charlie Sheen and Corey Feldman a little bit. And he's definitely got kind of like Onision has a little bit of a culty vibe, a little bit. I don't want to diss Corey Feldman though. His music may be terrible, but I mean,
Yeah, he does terrible music. You're right. I forgot that he made terrible music.
Terrible.
But he also did the voice of Donatello in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So he can never have.
I mean, he was in the Goonies too, right?
Right. Yeah.
He did a whole bunch of memorable stuff from back in the day, but he's kind of crazy now. And his whole "we're getting hacked in real time" that stuff was just crazy. He was supposed to show this footage that was supposed to expose the deep state, right? Like the like.
But he got hacked
in real time. It was some like theatrical bullshit that he was trying to pass off as real.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes. I remember that. You might have showed us that on DP one time. I think we might have watched that here.
It was super convincing.
Yeah, I was totally fooled. I couldn't believe it. I can no longer trust Corey Feldman ever again.
Now, is that because he had a bad director or he had a bad screenplay?
He's a bad actor.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was like he sold tickets and shit to this, and it was live streamed for money. It was a money grab. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
We're gonna move into. Oh God. Actually, yeah. We'll move into news now.
But what if Corey Feldman was gonna out everybody, and his only chance to not get murdered was to bend over and do the money grab, sacrifice his credibility because the Illuminati cabal that controls Hollywood would let that be his only way out or face certain peril?
Man, this broad's forehead is crazy.
It got me so humiliated.
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
You better well. All right, so here's like a 2-minute synopsis of Trump's farewell speech from today.
Oh. During his final address to the nation while in office, President Trump touted the achievements he made during 4 years in the White House. I'd like to see him. He also mentioned the incoming administration, President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris.
We extend our best wishes, and we also want them to have luck, a very important word.
President Trump thanked his family, cabinet, and vice president who refused to try to prevent Congress from certifying Biden's win as President Trump won it.
I also want to thank Vice President Mike Pence, his wonderful wife Karen, and the entire Pence family.
He talked about economic gains and the production of 2 COVID-19 vaccines during his administration, among other accomplishments.
We confirmed 3 new justices of the United States Supreme Court. We appointed nearly 300 federal judges to interpret our Constitution as written.
Fuck. Trump announced he will not attend President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. The Vice President, Mike Pence, will.
Mike Pence wants a future in politics. Maybe he had aspirations to run for president. I mean, you definitely, being vice president says you're qualified to be president.
Yeah, and
So-
you were vice president for a 4-year president, so you didn't have to wait that full 8 and get to run right off the back of it. So he's got a 4-year waiting period to run again.
He might run.
He might.
Is it fair or foul that that Donald Trump isn't going to be at the inauguration?
Foul.
I mean, it's been a long time since this hasn't happened.
After what happened at the Capitol building, it would be a great show of faith for Trump to be there, just so that he could quell some of the people who want to destroy this regime. Whether or not he feels he's guilty for that, I do feel like he has a lot of power to help put out that fire that is there, whether he had a hand in it or not. Which I think he had some sort of hand in stoking the flames, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't. Can we put the quote up of
John Adams is the last president to not attend the inauguration of the person that's replacing them.
Yeah.
So that's the second president ever not going to the inauguration of the third president. Sorry, what were you saying?
Trump's going to wear a sophisticated Biden mask and sneak on stage to try to be sworn tomorrow, bamboozling the nation Scooby-Doo style. That's smart. He should do that. What I was saying was I would like to put up a clip of Trump wishing Ghislaine Maxwell well versus Trump wishing Biden well, and see which one he had more love and enthusiasm for.
Right.
I want to wish you luck. I want to wish you luck.
He didn't
Very
have to
important word.
acknowledge that at all with her. He chose to do that.
Very important word. Good luck. I want to wish you luck, Biden. Good luck. I really want to wish Ghislaine Maxwell the best. We went to a lot of children's parties together.
I don't think Joe Biden wants him there anyway, though.
Yeah.
So
do what you want to do.
It was one of
in living color.
It was one of McCain's dying wishes that Trump not be at his funeral. So
right.
A lot of the old school Republicans that we used to identify the Republican Party with did not want to have anything to do with him. Both George Bushes wanted nothing to do with him.
I'm just glad that we have a guy who's been on the side of law enforcement and a former cop, Kamala Harris, in our White House right now. All cops are bastards as long as they are the ones that are out there putting their fucking feet to the pavement. The ones that make their way into the government, they're fine. We love them. We love you, Papa Biden. Come sit on my laptop, Hunter.
Yeah. That was a bar.
Hey, I can't wait till we can make fun of the Dems again. We got a new president, motherfucker. New content.
Here's the story about the National Guardsmen who were pulled from duty.
The mob is long gone from the Capitol. The FBI is making arrest after arrest. But tonight there are new warnings that the threat from extremists is far from over. CBS's Jeff Pegues is covering the unprecedented security for this inauguration. Good evening, Jeff.
Laura, tonight, authorities are concerned about the threat from drones used by extremist groups. And here on the ground, you can see this checkpoint behind me. More members of the National Guard showing up as we speak. And there are more.
They did try to use a drone for an assassination in South America. We watched a video of that. I think it was in, where was it? I can't remember right now.
Was it Venezuela?
It might. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it was Venezuela.
I'm stoked. This inauguration day is going to look like a fucking Quidditch game in the sky.
Yeah.
Different drones shooting down the other drones. This is gonna be great.
Just like this one all across the city as the National Guard itself comes under scrutiny because of two of its members' possible ties to extremists. The two removed Guard members raises concern over possible insider threats. The Pentagon confirms that one of the possible extremist links
Why
came
does this
from a
guy
tip
sound
call.
like he's taking a shit while reading the fucking dialogue for this?
He might be taking a shit while he's reading the dialogue.
He's got a very
might-
labored. I'm going to.
Everyone's working from home these days.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
The other reported by soldiers in the unit.
Out of an abundance of caution, we automatically pull those personnel off the line and make sure that they're not part of the mission set.
10 other members were removed for non-national security background flags.
We would like to hold on to the National Guardsmen that are in the white supremacist groups because we do have a lot of brown-based missions that we would like to deploy them on. But currently here with the white president and possible Kamala Harris questionable of brownness, we would like to get them off here, for they are on our side of America. But you know, we do like to use their racism for our benefit when we can.
By the FBI, which is vetting all 25,000 National Guard troops assigned to D.C. They have been deputized and are now armed, guarding entrances and manning checkpoints.
Is he being told to say this at gunpoint? Like, he seriously sounds like he's crying. The guy reading this he's not okay. He's not okay.
I don't hear it.
Points throughout the city. CBS News has learned an FBI warning about extremists connected to the conspiracy theorist group QAnon have talked about posing as National Guard members to get closer to the event.
So weird.
Since the January 6th attack on the
It's not worth it. Like, I can't believe what these people are willing to risk for Trump, who does not give a fuck about them at all.
Do you think Trump is going to pardon any of the protesters?
I'd be amazed if he did, but I also would be like, it makes sense. I'd be like, the brazen, because I'm always amazed by the brazenness of this regime.
Yeah, with Trump, I would never be like, oh, he'll never do that, because he'll try anything they let him get away with.
No, you say Trump doesn't care about them. With or without pardons, you have to remember, moments after the bodies started to hit the floor in the Capitol building, he went live and said, "You're very special. You're very beautiful, special people. Go home."
I saw people say, and I don't know if this is true, I hope someone can confirm this, but I guess in this impeachment, they only need a majority vote. They don't need the 2/3 to make sure he never runs again. I guess all they need is a majority vote. Is that true?
For him to never run again?
To never run again, I saw something, some people were telling me that to bar him from running again, they only need a majority vote. I don't know if that's true, but I knew to like remove him from office and to convict him of a crime, it was like 2/3.
Well, yeah, the impeachment might need 2/3, but they could.
No,
they
the
could
impeachment is already done.
Well, yeah, but you know the for it to be fulfilled, right? Barred from office.
Well, there's a
2/3.
few different things on the table. Yeah.
So maybe the bar from office is 2/3, but him never being able to run again is not the end game of the impeachment process directly. It's something that can be written in or something that can be factored in. And we haven't gotten to the end game of an impeachment yet, have we? Has there been one that followed through?
It might have been Johnson.
I don't know if it followed through or not.
I don't know.
Capitol. Investigators have
What'd you say?
Sorry, no, it's fine.
charged more than 100 people with federal crimes. Today, the acting attorney general said the past 2 weeks have yielded nearly 200,000 tips about people who were part of the mob.
We have seen friends, family members, coworkers, and others reporting information to us.
Every single in there is a traitor.
Today, for the first time, conspiracy.
I love this guy's Redskins hat.
Yeah.
Redskins hat, yeah.
The Washington football team.
Charges against
guys like this were pissed.
Oh, for sure.
65-year-old Tom.
The Seahawks is technically a football team that's like Native American branded.
Yeah, it's
like
based on the tribal hawk of a totem pole that's here in Seattle.
What if what if they decide to change that because it's it's stealing Native American stuff for your like football colors?
Y'all could be the Seattle Birds of the Sea.
I don't know if there is an actual Seahawk.
The Seattle Seagulls?
Seagulls.
There's a Seahawk. I mean, it's not called a Seahawk.
If there is one, it doesn't exist around here, though. I've never heard
I
of
wouldn't
anything
mind
like that.
the Seattle See You Next Tuesdays.
Thomas Caldwell. Investigators say he is a leader of the anti-government group, the Oath Keepers, and was involved in the planning and coordination of the attack. Prosecutors point to this video and say Caldwell was part of this group of Oath Keepers moving through the crowd on January 6th.
They could borrow the Toledo baseball team name, the Mud Hens. Could be the Seattle Mud Hens.
What about the
Seattle
Atlanta
Cassowaries? How about that?
Can we
How you
be
like that?
Can we be the Atlanta Black Crackers?
But we're not Atlanta. It could be the Seattle Black Crackers.
I don't like that. ABC's a better acronym.
SBC?
BBC, the Bellevue Black Crackers. Did I say something racist? The way you reacted was like
the Seattle Ass Crackers, and then the nickname would just be the Sacks.
The Sacks,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2/3 of the votes is known as a supermajority, whereas 51% was simple majority. So, what do they need to keep him from running again? Do they need the supermajority, or do they just need a simple majority? Does anyone know?
I knew at one point, and then just with the news of everything coming out, my brain just dropped it like it wasn't important. So I don't know.
Can we have it be the Seattle Seamen, and then they're like, "Howdy,
And
sailor."
Their mascot could be a tadpole.
Yeah. Or it could be like a splash of cum.
Yeah.
One thing that I think is kind of interesting about the pardons that Trump is doing, though, is he's not doing any of like the good optics ones that like the slavering MAGA hordes would be dying for, like Julian Assange. That's an easy one. Just pardon Julian Assange. It doesn't mean anything to fucking Trump. Doesn't mean shit to him. But it would make a lot of people really happy, and they would remember that, and they would, consider him over an ally. But he's not gonna fucking do it.
Has he listed any pardons yet?
Huh?
Has he listed any pardons yet? Like, have we seen any?
Yeah. There's been a few that have been happening. None of them are very surprising or spooky. A lot of them are just like, the ones that he did recently, not the ones that he was doing today, because we don't have that list yet. But the ones that he was doing recently, some of those are pretty fucked up. Some of those are like Blackwater mercenaries that fucking massacred people. He pardoned them. But like the last one that's available on the justice.gov website, I was looking at this just a minute ago. Russell Paul Placence, he was guilty of conspiracy to unlawfully import cocaine into the U.S. Presidential pardon. Why? I don't know.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, because Coke is awesome. That's why.
Yeah, I think it's because it was Don Jr.'s fucking supplier or some shit like that,
It says,
Dad, we got a problem. Dad, I need you to get this guy off.
He
man.
does
Dad,
always
Dad.
kind of look tilted all the time. If you look at Don
Yeah.
Jr., he always seems like a little off, like he's wasted.
Yeah.
By the way, Hannibal, when you come to Seattle, we should go here. Sean Kemp's Cannabis.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
man.
So, first off, you already had me at cannabis, and then you Sean Kemp? Oh, yeah. He was the only person that almost won a dunk contest while simultaneously being on crack cocaine. That dude is incredible.
He owns it.
Yeah.
he got busted up the street from my house for crack cocaine at the Brown Bear car wash that I would always go to.
Oh,
That's
wow.
hilarious.
Interesting enough, it was very close to a lady that ran prostitutes in the area just down the road. I'm wondering, Sean, what were you doing with all that crack cocaine in that neighborhood?
There was there was a big push of people to try and get the Tiger King to get Joe Exotic pardon. Yeah. I really thought that would be like the cherry on top of 2020. Like this is just like the tail end of it is like Netflix bribing the sitting president of the United States just so that they can get their next big star asset out of federal prison and they can make their next miniseries. Like, how much more fucking dystopian is that?
Well, they already hired.
Oh, go ahead.
They already hired Nick Cage to play the Tiger King in a dramatic retelling of the Tiger King story. So Nicolas Cage is signed on by Netflix.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
to play the
hilarious.
Tiger King. And
that'd be awesome.
On top of that, I think we're really missing the fact here that Donald Trump should use his last little bit of power to free Martin Shkreli.
He's not gonna free somebody who has more money than him. That's not gonna
Martin
happen.
doesn't have more money than Donald.
Did he pardon Lil Wayne, or did that not happen? Yeah,
He did. Yeah, he pardoned Lil Wayne.
Did Lil Wayne get pardoned? I also heard that he pardoned. And wait, let me check this and make sure, because I heard he pardoned Harry O as well.
Well, he meant to pardon Lil Wayne, but he put Lil Pimp on the pardon, so no one got pardoned.
Little Pimp got a get out of jail free card.
I'm gonna go change my name to Lil Pimp right now. I can use that. I got a court date coming up.
That's a crazy amount of power. The pardon power is unbelievable. And if it's true that a president can pardon themselves, that's an unbelievable amount of power. But it's never been tried. So if Trump would have tried it, it would have went to court, and then we would have seen if a president can actually do it, because then there would have been precedent set.
Here's another one that he pardoned. Topeka Kimberly Sam, conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute cocaine hydrochloride. What the fuck is this shit?
Is he given like post-mortem or posthumous pardons like Billy the Kid and stuff?
It's about
he
time.
Did do one. It was, wasn't it? It was like, was it Rosa Parks or something like that? Or like,
no, or maybe, I don't know.
I don't remember. It was like some posthumous like presidential pardon of somebody who was like an activist, and it was really insulting that he would do it. It was fucking weird.
Yeah. It's something where he does something that practically is nothing. He's pardoning a crime of someone who's been like, I mean, she's dead, right? Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, when you pardon a dead person, like, it's almost like doing nothing. But he does that to try.
The cool thing about a president is most of the stuff they do is almost like doing nothing.
Pardoning someone isn't, though. Or being like, let's get involved with Syria and shoot some missiles or whatever. That's not nothing.
So he pardoned Susan B. Anthony.
He pardoned Harry O, the founder, the co-founder of Death Row Records.
Oh, really?
Yes, he
Lit.
pardoned Harry O. That's so gangster. Is he gonna free Big Meech next? Is he gonna freeway Ricky Ross? It's incredible.
He freed this dude, Nicholas Abrams Slatton, murder in the first fucking degree. Dude was sent to life imprisonment. Why did he get pardoned? I don't know. No idea. Fuck it, whatever. Somebody got pardoned for illegally operating a still. Why did the president give a shit about that?
These are probably personal favors.
I have to read this headline to you because it's amazing, and because it's amazing. It's from the good people at Fox News. It says Tiger King star Joe Exotic books stretch limousine expecting pardon from President Trump.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be so great.
I would love to just be outside the jail and just there's a picture of it too. Look at it. Yeah, there's a.
I gotta look this up.
Oh man, it's on Fox News now. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's Joe Exotic. What was it? Where is it? I just read that.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's basically just what you said about the limo, right? He's so excited to be pardoned. They're talking about pardoning Lil Wayne and Kodak Black rappers that could be pardoned.
Okay.
The list could include his. This is.
Oh, he just pardoned Steve Bannon too. Hold up, let me check.
Steve
that out.
Bannon.
Somebody in the chat said that. I'm quantifying it now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I had this article's so long, and I keep skewing back and forth to cross-reference stuff, and I missed the parts I was about to say. Biden could consider pardoning Trump if he wanted to.
I fucking hope he does not. I swear to God.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
I wouldn't be surprised, but like I'm just so fucking sick of people not having to face any consequences for their bullshit.
Well, if you're powerless, you have to face consequences.
Yeah. If you're powerless or you're broke, then
all you got is consequences and repercussions.
Right. But like, if I was like worth $1 billion, and then like my son, like that. I mean, I don't have a son right now. You know, knock on wood. I wish. There you go. But if I had a kid, if I was worth $1 billion, and like my kid, like accidentally flipped over a school bus, I'd like to use all of my power to make it where my son didn't see any time. I'll punish him myself.
Look, if I was, say, a crazy long senator in the United States, possible president of the United States, and my son happened to love crack and foot jobs and Chinese business deals, I would be like, hey, I'm Papa now, Hunter. Come sit on my lap and take a good licking from Papa Biden, Hunter. That's what I wouldn't want, the fucking media coming in and chastising my son publicly. I would want them to delete all the references to his laptop that are on Twitter without even being able to send it in DMs. I would want that. So I'm pretty excited to see this power coming into play here at the White House, because Hunter Biden's a piece of shit. Sorry.
How many days do you think we go before we end up making fun of Joe Biden for something?
Literally,
not even one day. I've got tweets ready for it tomorrow, man.
I'm making fun of Joe Biden right now. Are you not listening?
No, I am, but I mean, before he gives us clownable content as the president of the United States.
When will he have a nice, fresh, juicy gem to drop on us?
Yeah, you think we get it tomorrow during the inauguration?
Dude, I hope he pulls through the inauguration without a fucking blunder.
Oh, I don't think.
I hope he does. He's already turned away the Honduran refugee camp that the right's see, you thought he was going to let... No, motherfucker, you thought he was going to let everybody in. The majority of us just thought he'd be better than Trump.
Yeah.
We didn't want him. I didn't vote for him. I couldn't bring myself. I was like, if Trump wins, but I can't fucking put my name down for Biden. I can't sit here all summer seeing the fucking all cops are bad, Black Lives Matter movement, and then voting the one guy who took away a lot of black freedom in the 90s through incarceration and having all their property stripped away because they had gang affiliation without any sort of due process. Just taking away this wealth from communities, taking away families from communities, and saying it's 3 strikes, you're out, and saying some of the most horrific shit in the 90s, and then coming around and saying some pretty questionable shit all the way up through his presidency. All cops are bad. Sign on Kamala Harris as the vice president, and we eat it up because Trump fucking sucked. And that's how willing we were to eat a shit sandwich. If Trump was just a little bit caring and compassionate about all Americans, he'd be president right now. He literally disgusted half of America, and that half came out and voted for Biden against Trump. Sorry, Jeff.
He did totally botch the coronavirus response too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He didn't believe it existed, got it, and told everybody it wasn't so bad, so I can go out in the crowd right now and kiss you on the mouth.
Even the men.
Even the men. The first time ever I heard a MAGA crowd chant for man kissing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Just when you think Trump can't go any further into the wild, wacky world of what? He gets the MAGA crowd to chant for man kissing. That impressed me. That made me want to vote for Trump just to see how much further he could take this lunacy.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But for a second I was like, wouldn't that be great?
I could blow every dude in here right now.
Do it.
Yeah.
Line of dicks. We're tired of sucking you. Give us some suck back, Trump.
I'm the best. Nobody's better at blowing dudes than I am. I'm the best.
Another lie. You know Trump wouldn't give good head. You know it'd be lazy.
They said it couldn't be done. They said I couldn't blow all these dudes, but I did.
You know it.
Quicker, bigly better.
You know, he'd pass over half of them, just lick 90% of them, maybe put 10% balls deep. It would be a horrible blowjob. You know Trump would be lying. You know it. He's not good. He's not a good blower. He probably doesn't even get good blowjobs. He probably comes quick, has a weird half-mast dick. It's probably not. He's probably never had a top quality BJ for all parties involved. I don't think there's ever been one blowjob in Trump's life where both people left like, yeah, it was definitely worth it.
I feel like he's probably definitely gotten the best of the best blowjobs. I think so. I think Donald Trump is sitting there giving instructions the entire time.
Do you think
he's sitting there just looking down at her like, wrong, nope, not try again.
You think he's like that? This is what I think. I think he's like, here's my money, put it in your mouth. Oh God!
He's drinking a diet soda while it's happening.
Looking at pictures of his daughter, like, she's very good. You see this article about Ivanka? I think he blurts his fucking cum way too quick, or not enough ever. It's probably ghost cum. It puffs out in clouds of dust.
No, man, it's probably like real thick and creamy, like fucking cinnamon ice. Like,
why are you trying to make me want to taste the president's goo?
It's like a Cadbury egg.
This,
yeah.
You know, if
It's like
it is,
that.
awesome. But judging by his neck pussy, I don't think his dick game is that good either.
Oh God!
Like, just having someone who can give a good blowjob does not make a good blowjob. There is some work on the guy's part.
Are we talking about Trump over time or Trump right now, like 74-year-old Trump? Or are we talking about like?
I think Trump throughout his entire life was a privileged garbage blowjob getter. I don't think there was one era in Trump's life where he was aware enough and virile enough to really give his part of the bargain. He only ever got the quick sick suck, and it was garbage head. And the money on the table was the only solace a woman had afterwards to say maybe it wasn't a complete waste of time and energy.
It wasn't even the racism or the xenophobia or the fascist stuff that Trump was into. I knew he was a horrible, horrible human being when I heard that he liked his steak well done with ketchup. And that's how I knew.
Yeah.
Basically the next Hitler.
Yeah, like I've disowned friends and family because of that shit. I've blocked people on Facebook. Look, here's the thing: you could literally walk up to my face and yell the N-word, and I'd be like, "All right, let's have a dialogue about it." But like, well done steak with ketchup, nigga, fuck out. That shit's ridiculous. Ridiculous. That is insane. Okay, that makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's disgusting.
Well done steak. First off, you just ruining meat. So let's start. I don't even eat meat no more. That is ruining meat.
You might as well wear it as a belt at that point.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Look, if I was a sick piece of shit, I would love well done steak with ketchup. If I was a garbage trash human, I would love that.
So he's gone now, right? He's officially out of the White House. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think so, actually.
I think he left today. I think he's back in Florida now. So he's done, but there's this weird day where we don't have a president in office for one day.
Well, I think he has up until noon, right?
Technically, but he's out of all he's not at the White House. You know, I guess he could technically exercise his duties.
Does he not leave the White House tomorrow morning?
No,
I thought we established that yesterday.
Yeah.
Hours before the actual inauguration.
Yes, you're right.
He's going to leave Air Force One for the final time.
I could have swore that originally he was planning on leaving the day before or something like that. I don't know.
What if you had to guess? Like just bold predictions right now. Everybody in the chat watching the show, and if you haven't liked the stream, go ahead and like the stream. There's like 800 of y'all watching, and we don't got 800 likes. Let's fix that shit. Bold predictions? What happens tomorrow? Bold, like go above and beyond.
Okay, you want Conspiracy Billy to come out?
Bold with realistically bold. Okay, I don't be like aliens are gonna come down and fucking shit
not
on
like
the
that.
Like,
not
nothing
like that.
crazy.
Not like that. we're going to see an armed National Guardsman turn his gun on Biden, and we're going to start the official World War II. That's as bold as it hits right there. That's the scare case.
Civil War II.
This Civil War II, yeah, World Civil War though. It's not just you can't just have a Civil War anymore. This is a Civil World War. This is China and the United States and Russia.
How can
and
it be
Google
a Civil
and
World
Apple
War?
and Walmart and
Missed half
Amazon?
the fucking stream cause YouTube notifications work oh so well.
Yeah.
Thanks YouTube. Anyway, fuck NYC. It's official. I'm moving to Kentucky, near Cincinnati.
Oh, God.
NYC and it's expensive. Everything can eat my tiny crooked dick.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was Antonovich.
I mean, wow. That's brave to move to Kentucky. Cincinnati's cool, though. It's a cool city.
What's brave about Kentucky though? Like it's.
I don't mean that literally. It's not like there's like. It's not like you're gonna get murdered. I just don't like Kentucky. I don't like Kentucky.
It's not great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it's cheap.
Okay, first off, you've never been to the great city of Cave City. It is a city of caves.
That's amazing.
Good.
Yeah, it's like look, at nighttime you can hear bats fluttering around. It's terrifying sound.
Yeah.
Well, it was terrifying to me and my mom on our way to Chicago. So yeah, it was like, hey, like we're gonna sleep in the car, and it was like, hey, what's that weird fluttering noise? It doesn't sound like no bird I've ever heard. Oh, those are bats. All right, so we go and sleep inside somewhere.
Cave City, huh?
Yeah.
Who wants
Cave
to have
City,
a meetup in
Kentucky.
Cave City?
Not me.
Sheesh.
What is? Let's see.
It's the most appropriate.
Oh, I hate the MyPillow guy. He is such trash.
Yeah,
you
he's
can
a
buy
piece
that by 20-fold. I have one of the worst. I found out yesterday. I made it to the top. It's called Sleeping Giant. SleepingGiant.com, whatever. They're a watchdog group that claim to be. They're out of Silicon Valley, the most evil people on the planet. And these guys get hired, and they're attacking not only MyPillow, many other companies out there, but they're attacking.
Christ.
Why is he qualified? Why is he someone that's on the? I know this is what is this like OAN or something?
Yeah.
It's amazing that this is who they get to cover on the news.
Whoa, Ben,
the fucking guy who made a pillow that some people want to buy.
Because obviously this guy is not bought and paid for by the CIA. He has his own business. Okay, MyPillow.com, Hollywood, bought and paid for by CIA. The media, bought and paid for by CIA. Anybody who likes the liberals, bought and paid for by the
fuck
Antifa,
is that?
bought and paid for by the CIA. MyPillow pays for itself so he can be the free patriot that can look into the eyes of America and tell them the truth. How does this guy sleep at night? It's not MyPillow.
He
It's the
sleeps
truth.
on that
truth.
red leather recliner. It looks like he's got like a surround sound system mounted on the wall behind him too.
Do you think I could start a website called My Dildo and just sell people like?
I don't know.
I think there's already a My Dildo. You'd have to call it Billy's Dildo.
My vendors,
Dildo.
They go to people. I just got off the phone
Dildo
with Bed
Baggins.
Bath & Beyond. They're dropping MyPillow. Just got off the phone not 5 minutes ago. Kohl's, all these different places. So you know what? If you're out there, maybe you know these guys don't understand. They're scared, like a Bed Bath & Beyond. They're scared. They were good partners. In fact, I told them, you guys come back anytime you want. But it's not their fault that they're scared because they don't realize these are fake people that are on there going, we're gonna boycott your store if you don't drop MyPillow. And they're
What the fake people?
Yeah, these are not people who were ever going to shop at Bed Bath & Beyond anyways. These are all people who don't go to bed or bath or bathe
Or
and
even
beyond
beyond
that
it. Yeah.
because they're Antifa. They're stinky. They're stinky Antifa.
God damn it.
They will never go beyond anything.
Yeah. They never go to bed or bathe, and they're beyond that. They're Antifa.
They're beyond disgusting.
Yeah, Antifa is short for anti-fashion. They don't care about fashion or cleanliness. They don't care about any of the cool shit. They're not makeup beauty gurus.
They've burned down literal cities. Literal cities have been burned down.
In the name of fashion.
They're gone. They're gone. They're
gone.
just they're deleted.
Yeah.
Sidious delete us.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our last episode of the week. We're taking a small little hiatus, and we'll be back next Tuesday to start a whole new week. And we are 86.80% of the way through our goal. If we can hit this goal tonight, we will sleep better than a fucking MyPillow. I'll tell you that much.
MyPillows are trash.
So you need $106.
Yeah, $105.60.
It's not that
precise.
Bad. Okay.
It could happen. It could happen.
Egghead sent this next video to me. Josh Fierstein contributed to the raid on the Capitol.
That refused to stand with the president and stand with the American people. There were no calls to violence. Obviously, the crowd was upset, but there were no calls to violence.
Okay, Ben, he just said right here, there were no calls to violence.
right.
What is this? What is Egghead trying to prove here?
Let's
What is
see.
he trying to prove here?
Let's see.
Fuck you, go.
Today I stand.
Yeah,
Antonovich!
the goal situation with the adventure.
Look, Antonovich is a boss, okay? He like, if y'all didn't know, everybody else in the live chat, Antonovich is a boss, okay? Like, you guys could also be bosses and give $105 donations right now and go way above the goal.
Everyone move to Kentucky so you can save money. I fully endorse moving to Kentucky now.
If everybody wants to move to like the same neighborhood and we'll all be neighbors and hang out, I'm down for that, guys. I'll be your buddy pal neighbor. I'll bake pies, Al Borland style, stare at you over the fence like fucking Wilson, Home Improvement, Tim the Tool Man.
I'm not.
With the Black Robe Regiment, and I am one preacher declaring to patriots, it is time for war. Let us stop the steal.
It is time for war.
Well,
Hey, if you send me this clip, I'm gonna play some gospel music behind it.
I mean, at this point,
like it's taking us to church.
At this point, the only way to stop it would have been what they did. Like, there was no more legal ways to stop it. There was no more. Mike Pence could not have done anything to stop that.
Yeah.
Trump lied to everyone and made it seem like Mike Pence could literally stop the confirmation. They would have done it without him if he just refused to do it.
Fierstein wasn't being dishonest, though. He actually has a legal stance here. He told everybody there was no call to violence, and war isn't necessarily violence. There's such thing as a thumb war, and Josh Fierstein is shaped like a thumb. So
true.
That is one defense that he does have, is he could be referring to a thumb war because he's a big human thumb. He's a big fat thumb prick fucking preacher loser.
He just wants other thumb-shaped men to vigorously rub up against him. That's all he wants.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, here's
I knew there was another video coming.
Here's
I thought you were setting something up.
Here's a story out of Kentucky, actually. Check this out.
This towering triple stack of snowballs in northern Kentucky has a lot of character, much like the people who built it. This snowman was packed with purpose by Cody Lutz, his fiancée Lucy, and his soon-to-be sister-in-law, because this weekend marked several new snow experiences.
They made a giant snowman. Like a 15-foot snowman.
Is it on a cross or is that its hat?
They stuck
I was
a hat.
wondering that myself.
They stuck a hat on top of it.
Is for two of the
I thought they were trying to let him know it was time to leave town.
newest Petersburg homeowners.
We were playing in the snow. She's from Mississippi, so this is the most snow she's ever seen in her entire life. I'm from Buffalo, so this is no big deal. I love the snow.
Lutz loves it so much that he took snowman building to the extreme, using a massive tree stump as the base for their top hat-topped creation.
I went to work on Monday, and I came home to this on Monday night, which is
yeah, so they packed snow around this giant tree stump and then built the other snowman segments above it. When he came home, someone tried to fuck with his snowman.
The irony is pretty funny.
Someone saw the soon-to-be Lutz family's creation and tried to fracture Frosty with the front end of their truck. But they quickly realized their mistake when the plowed-away snow showed Frosty's roots.
Instant karma,
Ken. It's hilarious. What goes around comes around in good ways and bad ways. So I guess I guess probably everybody learns a valuable lesson here from Frosty.
There may be a couple lessons in here. Believe in karma and smile through the tough times. Frosty sure is.
I think he got the last laugh.
You think this guy orchestrated it? You think he did this just to get on the news?
He was really proud at how the base of the snowman was actually part tree.
Let's piece the clues here together, guys. You know, I've watched a lot of crime movies. Some call me Sherlock Holmes of YouTube. The photo of the snowman earlier was courtesy of Cody Lutz Media.
When he says some call him that, he's talking about he calls himself that.
That's some Cody Lutz Media. Okay, the photograph was provided by Cody Lutz Media. This gentleman is Cody Lutz from the Lutz, soon to be Lutz family. He's asking for credit. He's got that influencer face. He's got here a giant snowman that he wants to post to the influence tubes, and now he has a perfect story with a caption that could only have been written by a genius manipulator in saying instant karma. Only a genius manipulator would come up with that, and he comes up with that ready for the fucking news. This is a setup, my friends.
Sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think he cheated when he used the base of the tree as the bottom of the snowman. I think that cheated. I think they should take some feet off of his 15-foot snowman. I think they should start at the bottom nipples, and then go from there.
That's fair.
The buttons.
Bottom nipples.
You know what I meant. You know.
I do now.
Yeah.
A corn cob pipe and a button nose and two nipples made out of coal.
They call me cold nipples.
Look at this guy's smile. He wanted to get on the news. He set up this whole thing.
That seems like so much work just to get on the news.
Is it though? You build a giant snowman and then you're like, well, the fucker's gonna melt anytime. Well, let's back our truck up into it.
It's really only like 7 feet. You know, that's not that tall.
You're gonna tell me
Shaquille O'Neal's height.
You're gonna tell me a truck ran into this thing and just left a grill mark there on the front of the snow. The front snow from the truck didn't knock it all off the front, just the sides. My guy orchestrated what can only be called as the fucking the 2021 freeze. He's freezing out the media from the truth. This is sick.
I mean, that is kind of a dope prank though. Like if you know that there's people that like to drive through snowmen, then you just put like something super solid at the base of your snowman. That's kind of that is kind of a baller move. That's kind of badass. Like I would do some shit like that.
You know, I gotta make a snowman next year, but all I have to fill the base is this fucking atom bomb.
Atom bomb.
Or look, y'all up there in Seattle, use some chowder, right? Just like, like some giant containers of chowder. Somebody drives through it, now it smells like fucking clam juice or whatever chowder's made out of.
Chowder? You don't even know what chowder's made out of.
I don't want to know either. I don't like it, and I don't.
Can you tell me?
You don't even know what it is. You never even tried it. You don't even know
Hannibal.
that this is one of the cases where someone doesn't like something they've never
Hannibal,
tried.
could you tell me one ingredient?
Listen, every gay guy in New Orleans, in Atlanta, is always like, "Don't knock it till you try it." I'll tell you the same thing I tell him, BENPAI.
That's different than food, right?
I don't need to get shot to know that getting shot hurts.
That's
okay?
not the same. That's a false equivalence. Like
I know, I think all right. So if I eat that shit and Earl all over the place, you can be like, "Oh, I guess he was right."
It's still not as bad as getting shot.
Yeah.
Well,
Hannibal, can you name me one ingredient in clam chowder?
Clam.
Hey.
That's it. As far as I'm concerned, look, I thought it was just crushed up and grinded up clam juice.
No, there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's other things. I'm sure there's like pepper in there too.
Well, I mean, there's like cream based, and then there's like tomato based. There's like red clam chowder, and then there's like cream based, just like marinara sauce and fettuccine or the Alfredo sauce. It's like that. The difference is like that. There's Manhattan. Then there's yeah.
Look, when I come out there, when me and Monty come out to Seattle, I will eat your chowder.
Whoa!
That sounds kind of erotic.
What are you, one of these gay guys from New York?
It doesn't seem like an appealing thing to want to have to. Like what was that shit they used to feed Oliver Twist? Gruel. They used to give him
That's not made out of clams.
Please, can I have some more?
Yeah, that. I don't want that. That shit looks gross. There's a reason that when you go to McDonald's, they don't be serving gruel. Be like, would you like some chicken nuggets and gruel?
Yeah, but we have like fast food restaurants here that sell chowder, and there's like big chains of them. Like Ivar's. There's a place called Ivar's that's like
the
that.
place. Look, you always talk about Ivar's, and I'm with it. Okay, I will try it out before I talk more.
But then there's restaurants where you can go to.
For years, I talked shit about Tyler Perry movies. I saw one Tyler Perry movie, and I was like, this shit is trash. Clearly, I'm not his target demographic, and I never watched another one. Then me and Monty did a torture episode where we watched 23 of his fucking movies in a month, and all it did was confirm what I already knew about his terrible, terrible films. Why can't I also be right about clam chowder?
Hannibal, I'm a child psychologist by trade.
I kind of I kind of have a feeling like even if it is good, you've already convinced yourself you won't like it. So
no, I know. I'm a listen. I admit that I'm wrong all the time. Okay, like I'm always in pursuit of new information. If I try this shit out and it's dope, I'm gonna be like, you know what, BENPAI, you was right, I was wrong. This shit's dope.
Hannibal, as a child psychologist, I have to ask you this question. What food can you compare in your mind to clam chowder that makes you think clam chowder is so gross? What's a comparable food you have tasted?
He just said gruel, which is not.
But you haven't tasted fucking gruel. You haven't tasted gruel.
And it's nothing like clam chowder.
Yeah, like clam chowder. Clam chowder is like think of like a white sauce, like some sort of like it doesn't taste like it, but think of like the consistency of like fettuccine Alfredo.
I just said this to him.
Yeah. I was saying bye to somebody, and then like potatoes and seafood, and it doesn't just have to be clam chowder. It could be like fucking crab. It could be all sorts of shit. And just some spices. It's just good, man.
Listen. Ever since Aliens, ever since the Queen Alien ripped that cyborg apart and he started spewing that gross white like replicant milk out his mouth, I don't like.
What does this have to do with food?
Do you like
white gravy? You had a movie that was made in the late 70s.
I'm gonna back Hannibal up on this though.
Yes.
It's like weird shit from back in the day made it hard for me to enjoy food too. My big brother once told me that mayonnaise was made by a bunch of monkeys around a vat just jacking off into it.
True.
I couldn't eat mayonnaise for like 25 years.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Look, I know it's like I don't like Alfredo. I don't like fucking whipped cream. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like ranch, blue cheese dressing.
How about tzatziki sauce?
I did. It took a long time, but I did eventually.
Manhattan clam chowder. You can have Manhattan clam chowder then, since you're so picky.
That's disgusting, though. Fuck Manhattan.
I like both. I like both.
Growing up in my area, there was a pizzeria near my high school. A pizzeria near my high school that was called Alfie's Pizza, and I was ordering Alfie's Pizza to a house party at a friend's house. And at the house party, the pizza was on its way from Alfie's Pizza, and somebody who used to work at Alfie's Pizza said, "Oh my God, you order from Alfie's Pizza?" Worked there, and they used to masturbate into the fucking sauce before they sent the pizzas out. They would jack off into the sauce and send it out. And you know how long it took me to eat Alfie's Pizza again? The second that shit showed up at the door, I had half the fucking pie down. Because I'm not a sick son of a bitch. I'm not going to fucking stop eating a food because a bunch of monkeys jerked off into it. There's something wrong with you.
Also, Manhattan clam chowder. Why would you ever have Manhattan clam chowder when you could have Ciappino? Ciappino is fucking way better.
It's two different things, though.
I know, but it's
and here's your sick, twisted, weird mind, Jeff. How many places do you go with Ciappino on it?
There's like 3 places on the coast near me.
Yeah, 3 places on the coast, and there's literally clam chowder at damn near every frickin' seafood restaurant you go to. And here's
we got gumbo here in New Orleans. Well, I'm not in New Orleans. I'm in Atlanta right now. Where I guess what's Atlanta's equivalent? Atlanta's equivalent is lemon pepper wings.
Yeah.
So it's the only place I've ever been where you can get lemon pepper wings you can get 6 wings as a side dish.
Okay, we got to go there.
I would I'd go Chiapino and then Manhattan clam chowder, but actual New Orleans.
Ivers has Manhattan or New England or smoked salmon chowder. They do 3 types of chowder.
Does anybody watching right now have like a family member or something that works at an airline and wants to chuck me like a ticket for tomorrow to Atlanta so I can fly? Because we have a couple days off from the show. I'll fly down during COVID to Atlanta to eat lemon pepper wings with fucking Hannibal. If somebody has like a family member that gets free tickets, I'll risk my goddamn life to fly down to Atlanta, eat lemon pepper wings, and then fly back, try not to get the cough and die.
Look, listen. We could go to. There are at least 3 different strip clubs we can go to where we can get amazing lemon pepper wings. Right? We can go to Magic City right now. It'll be packed to capacity, and we could sit at the bar, get COVID, and eat lemon pepper wings.
This sounds so mad to me. I got a few days off from the show. Why don't I just fly to Atlanta to fucking eat wings? It's a terrible idea. I'll probably come back with the cough and die. Let's do it.
Just get like a little bit of COVID. Don't get like the whole COVID.
Yeah, let me get a baby COVID.
Just a tip. Like not a lot of COVID.
I don't want full on Jedi Master COVID. I want baby COVID.
There you go.
I just found tickets to Atlanta for this weekend for $300.
Really?
Round trip?
Yeah, $300 round trip.
Look, if you wait like a week, they have tickets for like $40.
I have this week off. We don't have another show till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Shit.
How stupid would this be?
Hang out with Hannibal the Beat Animal. This should be dope.
Can we get Pat and Sofane, Fat Pat and Sofane to come out?
Of course. And then me and Sofane can have a spike off to see who's got more spikes.
Yeah, how stupid would this be? Ugh.
It sounds fucking great, dude.
I love lemon pepper wings, though.
And look, understand, everybody, Georgia is wide open, and there's a lot of stuff to do in Atlanta. So if your city is shut down, come to Atlanta, okay? You definitely probably will get COVID, but you can eat inside a restaurant. You could sit outside or you can eat inside. You can go to the club, you can go to the bar, you can get your hair cut, you can get your toes done, nails done, you can bowl, you can go to the park, you can go to the beach. You can go get a massage. You can get a tattoo.
This sounds absolutely horrible. This sounds like the worst idea. Are we doing it?
I think I might have found tickets from Seattle to fucking Atlanta for like under $200.
Oh my God!
Listen, you can do it. All right. Fly down, get you some lemon pepper wings and COVID, and then go back to Seattle.
Oh my God! Do we have?
He's not coming back here.
Do we have a driver down there? Do we have a driver? Like, can you know anybody who drives a car and can come pick us up at the airport?
Okay, you guys can plan this not on the show later.
Yes, me.
We have to move along.
Yeah, we do.
So move along.
Yeah.
I love this. Yeah, man.
Ben is interrupting our vacation plan so we can do the show that we're currently on.
Right. Like all it takes is like me going to the bathroom and taking a piss for like everything to be completely derailed, and now we're in the middle of like a fucking
we need Ben to come back so we can not have an engaging conversation about the cough and wings.
That's not. I mean, like. Okay.
Everybody's talking about it.
The
it was
travel
fun.
Planning Podcast.
It was an interesting conversation, and people are watching and listening. It's probably not going to happen anyways.
Of course.
I mean,
I wouldn't do it
at this point in time. It has to be done.
I'd fucking do it, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, if I could get all the rest of my shit like taken care of, man. Yeah, I'd fucking hop on a plane and go to Atlanta for 3 days. Are you kidding me?
That should be awesome.
Yeah, I did it before. I went and I stayed with fucking Sophane for like 3 or 4 days, and it was amazing. I love Atlanta. Atlanta's fucking badass.
Yeah, he's up in Kennesaw. I'm fucking Decatur, so I come drive up there to y'all. We hang out. Fucking, it'd be dope.
Yeah, man.
Do that shit, man.
Like the stream, guys.
Poor Benny. So
or else. Or else.
Ben is starting to feel like I was feeling when we were talking about Onision.
Onion bad, lemon pepper good.
Yes, very much so. Hey, did that nasty world famous fucking strip club in Atlanta, did it ever open back up again?
You got to be way more specific than that, Jeff Holiday.
Like they were telling me, like, you go in there and like one of the main bitches will like fucking crush Coke cans with her fucking titty and shit.
Oh yeah. It's called what's it called? It's called Claremont Lounge. No, it's still wide. It's still open, and she still does that. She's still crushing beer cans with her titties. Like, she got big ass old lemon spotted titties. Not lemon spotted. See, I got lemon pepper on the brain now. Liver spots, and then she crushes the beer cans with her massive old titties.
Is she the girl that was in Borat's The Dictator, or was that a different one?
I haven't seen Borat.
Borat's The Dictator.
Yeah, there's like a scene in The Dictator where this woman with giant boobs is crushing like Borat's head or Sacha Baron Cohen's head as the dictator. It's like a fight scene with her boobs. I hung out with her at Hollywood, and she does the whole can crushing thing across the world. I wonder if she's in Atlanta now.
Might be. I see Ken Jacobs in the chat. Like, he knows his Atlanta stuff. I feel like he's from here or lives here currently. Hey, Ben, what's the next video we have to watch?
I guess I'll I mean, I don't want to get in the way with, I don't.
Just a little bit of video, please. Please, Ben.
Oh, no. I was just looking at Travelocity for you guys right now.
Oh, yeah? Do you have a video from Travelocity we can watch?
No.
You're living in a country where there's systemic violence. The government doesn't work. The economy is crippled because of the pandemic, and the economy wasn't good to begin with before the pandemic.
Is he saying this?
And you want to come to America. Well, guess what? You take Guatemalans or Hondurans or Salvadorians or whatever who live in these countries, and guess what? They're violent, they're dysfunctional, they create a certain kind of life in those places. You take them out of those countries and bring them here, what do you think happens? They figure out the magic recipe to creating a country that isn't violent, isn't poor, isn't dysfunctional. They come onto the land and they say, wow, the land of opportunity. And now all these Guatemalans who only knew violence and corruption and dysfunction now know all about the Constitution and pluralism and the rule of law and all the English common law tradition, all of this stuff. It's that simple, right? As evidenced by, Mexican drug cartels, as evidenced by the kinds of conditions that prevail in Los Angeles and San Francisco.
If there were jobs that were created to fill their spots that Americans could get paid for a livable wage, they wouldn't come here and take the jobs that are being exploited by capitalism to underpay them. It's still more than they make in their country back home, and send money back to their country back home and reinflate their country through the loopholes of capitalism here in ours.
And he mentioned drug cartels. Those are created by the U.S. war on drugs in Mexico.
Oops.
Yeah, and a lot of the guns that those cartels are using to wreak havoc in their countries, they're buying legally in America and then just shipping back to Guatemala, El Salvador, Colombia. So, like, literally, they're buying our guns, bringing them there, and then making people leave. And then when those people are like, hey, we can't deal with the violence, let's go to America. And then they get to America and be like, nah, y'all can't come in.
Shit about one of our guns.
You need to fix your own country.
Shit about one of our guns, sucker.
Yeah. I mean, you can get them pretty cheap. You can get guns at Walmart.
And in border towns along the Mexican border, and that prevail in certain neighborhoods in Chicago and New York City and elsewhere. We know what this is about. Fundamentally, and this is the big problem with immigration, Joe Biden says the way that we're going to fix immigration is by fixing the root causes that cause mass migration. The root cause of mass migration, which will never change, is the disparity in standard of living between the United States and the countries that the United States borders. We don't have a mass immigration problem from Canada because Canada has an equal standard of living to the United States. So long as there's a chasm and a great disparity between the kind of lifestyle in the United
equal
States.
standard of living to the United States. Canada has an equal standard of living. It's equal.
Yeah.
It's equal. Okay. Canada has a better standard of living than the United States.
Yeah, I was going to say they have a much
They
better
take care of
standard
their
living.
people because Canada is not a country built to make money off of its fucking occupants. America is. America is we are the cattle here. We are the product. You look at social media, they're getting paid off of us just existing and looking at fucking ads and controlling our spending habits through their recommendations.
America's large workforce has helped to make it so wealthy and have like so many wealthy people.
Our unhealthy Americans are a fucking gold mine.
Like we're the third most populous country in the world.
We have a healthcare system built on monetization of sickness.
Oh yeah.
We have a prison system built on incarceration.
Name another
for
thing.
profit.
Name another thing that like, you know, forget about the fact that it's life and death in many cases, but think about any other product. If you know, because like here in capitalism, healthcare is a product. There's nothing else where they can't tell you what the price is going to be, at least a little bit. But if you go to a doctor and they're like, "Oh, you need these tests done," and you're like, "How much does this cost?" No one can tell you how much it's going to cost.
My niece had a rare heart condition, and she spent all summer this year preparing to move to Los Angeles to get a surgery that could only be done at was it Cedar Sinai? Is that the big LA hospital? I don't remember what one it is, but it can only be done at the hospital in LA. Very risky, very expensive, and after preparing the entire summer to move, insurance came down last minute and said, we just recognize now that you don't qualify for this. So you get to stay home and die. And within a month was dead over, I don't know, $100,000. Like, that kind of fucking sucks.
Wow, yeah.
That kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah.
This is somebody's life who had an opportunity to live, and it was denied last minute after they were even said the opportunity was ready to go. Prepare all summer to move. You're going to be here for 6 to 9 months to have a chance to live.
That's some heavy shit.
And then, tell them, by the way, we were wrong. The numbers came back, and you get to sit at home and die.
That's fucking awful. I can't believe shit like that actually happens. How can people sleep at night that have to make those kind of decisions? I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah. Look at the thumbs on Fuentes. He has weird mutant thumbs.
What the hell?
Yeah. We've noticed this before. Like his thumbs are just really weird.
I can't even try and mimic that.
And everything south of the United States border.
I can't.
And as long as there is a contiguous
what the
land
fuck is
border
going on with this thumbs?
unobstructed between
See,
those
now
two,
I can't unsee him.
Yeah.
two civilizations, you will get a flow of people from the bad place to the good place. You will get a flow of people from the poor, broken, violent countries to the rich, safe, prosperous country that is a stone's throw away. And it's that simple. And ironically, the only thing that is going to change those root causes is not lifting these countries up, because that's not an easy thing to do. And it's been tried before.
I think he's like a little Pinocchio puppet that someone just made out of wood and then magic brought him to life.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And he's white nationalism Pinocchio.
A lot of people talk about his suit there being the one he wore at First Communion.
Yeah.
But most people don't know that was actually a hand-me-down from the dummy on the cover of the Goosebumps books.
I appreciate the Goosebumps reference. That is good stuff.
Spexo's next video.
Nick Fuentes.
You know what? He would not like being on the Goosebumps books. Do you remember who wrote those?
R.L. Stein.
And you know, Stein and all, huh?
like if he's a gamer, those thumbs would definitely come in handy. Like those, like I imagine it gives him great. I think it gives him great dexterity. I bet he'd kick your ass in Smash Brothers.
I hope not. Maybe though. I'm too busy not trying to kick people's ass in Smash Brothers to kick somebody's ass in Smash Brothers.
I like that logic.
Really, like I played Smash Brothers with Joe for like a couple weeks, and like we trade off wins. I had like a decisive victory for a while. Got kind of boring. Then I played this little girl, 19 years old. I don't know, small nerdy girl, and she fucking decimated me. And I was like, I hate video games. Because this is some little kid girl that can play fucking smash me in video games. When I thought the patriarchy of me and Joe playing in my basement for weeks made me the king. And then one outsider comes in and I'm trash. I hated it.
What was that other game you were playing a lot with him? Was it
Dead by Daylight?
Yeah.
That's a fun game.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight.
And he was good at that?
Yeah, he likes to play Dead by Daylight a lot.
Josh Fungus.
Hello.
Yeah, if you guys want to sign up for our Patreon, there's a link in the description. We did a private show last week, so you can watch that. There's a lot of content you can watch and catch up on over there. And then next Friday, we're doing Actual Mania, whatever it is now, 16? I don't even know anymore.
I think it's 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Actual Mania.
Yeah. It's been a while, too. So, like, it's Egghead. Egghead has the chance. Egghead and Mickey Richards have the chance to be the only undisputed champions ever. Like, yeah, it's so Mickey Richards is cringerweight champion, and Egghead is heavyweight champion. So it's champion versus champion, title for title,
title for title.
Yeah.
Stennis Baratheon says, "Why is Billy playing Smash with little girls?" I thought the story was better if I called her a little girl beating me. I think now she's probably like 20 something. I don't know. She's very short, so I just said 19 to make it cooler. Like I was really losing that bad. Really, the older the woman was, the less embarrassing and emasculating it was to lose to a girl. You know, an adult woman should be able to beat anybody in video games if they're good at video games. I was using patriarchy to make myself look pathetic, and it didn't work because you called me out on it. Now I just look like a freaking creep. Thanks.
Oh man.
They pulled the curtain back on that one, showed everybody the great and powerful Oz was neither great nor powerful.
You pulled the foreskin back on it. Good job. I got bat wings.
Of all the images I didn't need in my head tonight, that was the one. All right.
I'm just a sweet boy.
I'm hunting for the best clam chowder in my city right now.
You should go up to Cannon Beach.
That's quite a drive for some chowder right now, man.
Yeah, it's true. But what the fuck is gonna be Eugene?
I know, man. I know. Red Lobster. Oh, they're closed.
Red Lobster.
Is there anywhere in Newport? Is that far from you?
Newport's like 2 hours away.
Whoa, that's way too far.
Florence is the closest. It's about an hour, but like everything's gonna be close by the time we're done, and I drive out there. So
there's a Red Lobster like very close to where I live, and I was like, okay, I could go to Red Lobster and eat. Be like, hey, let me get a cup of clam chowder to go.
Right.
Yeah,
from Red Lobster.
I mean, do you like Cheddar Bay biscuits?
I don't. So first off, I think if you don't love Cheddar Bay biscuits, that is an affront to God. I think those biscuits are fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Goose.
Thank you.
If you get the Cheddar Bay biscuits, just maybe use those as a backup for the chowder. If you don't like to stomach the chowder, take a big bite of Cheddar Bay biscuit, and if you don't like it, acclimate yourself to it. You can't just go in raw doggy. You have to have a nice little Cheddar Bay biscuit sponge to help soak up some of the new, because you seem to be scared. But you can always just wait for us. Thick Soul says, Billy, what do you know about Cannon Beach? Did you used to summer there? My My parents were poor and mortgaged our house away for crack, so I didn't summer anywhere. I went to Cannon Beach like 2 times because it's within driving distance of Seattle. It was fun. Papa.
Yeah. So we're gonna go a little bit longer, and then we'll wrap it up. So
Roger Wilco asked, which Wayne's sister would you want to be? It's
was
Kim.
there more than one?
Yeah, we talked about Deidre. What was the other ones?
Deidre, Elvira, somebody else. and
Elvira?
Kim.
There was
And
really one named Elvira?
Yeah, Elvira, Deidre, Elvira, Kim, and then like Shantae.
Shantae, yeah.
And Kim was the only one that had any.
And then there was Shanae, right?
Oh, you did not. Martin was not a Wayne's.
I know. Didn't he? Didn't he get sick recently or something?
I don't know.
What was the name of Shane Dawson's black woman character? Do you remember?
Was it Shanae? Is that the thing? Did I just put Shanae on Martin when it was Shaniqua?
No. Shanae was on Martin.
Not
Shanae-
Shaniqua.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who?
Oh, I'm so. I think it might have been Shaniqua, guys. I think we're all now white supremacists.
We are?
I don't know how this works.
Elvira Waynes. Okay. And then what's the other one? Kim. I know Kim, Elvira. You said Shantae?
I thought you said Shantae, yeah.
Shantae Waynes. Okay, here we go. Let's see what she looks like. All right.
Oh, he did call. Yeah, it was Shanae. Shane stole that one and called it Shanae. Well, Shanae Yaw Jones. Yeah.
The song was Shaniqua Don't Live Here No More. Remember that?
Yeah,
remember that song? Shaniqua Don't Live Here No More. Shaniqua Don't Live Here No More. That was my. I don't know. I like that song. It's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only Wayne sister I know is Kim because she acted. She was on the show, and I never liked Kim Waynes. I always thought she was too extra. Like she was always just, and not in that cool like Chris Farley fucking, like not in that cool Chris Farley Jim Carrey kind of way. Like she was like extra, like in that just like when you go to a party and there's that guy who tells a joke and it's not funny, but you kind of like give him like the courtesy chuckle, like I'm acknowledging that you told a joke and I recognize it, but then they just kind of just lean into it like longer and longer and longer to the point where it's like this is just pathetic. That's how I felt about Kim Waynes. I never liked her. Like, I never thought she was even in the sketches they did for her, even in the movies I saw her, and I was just like I just never thought she was funny.
Trying to remember, there was a couple of characters that I thought she was pretty good. I don't know. I think she played pretty good, off of the guys and whatnot. But I don't know if she really got a chance to shine. There's a couple of decent ones.
Look, listen. She got in the game. She took a shot. She missed whole goal 3 times, and they made her sit back on the bench. The end. That's what happened. All right. It's not her fault that she had more talented siblings. Okay, somebody got to be Michael. Somebody got to be LaToya. All right, that's just the way it works.
The greatest female character on In Living Color was played by Jamie Foxx.
Which one was it?
The greatest female character? Yeah. Shanae, definitely.
Oh, yeah,
Jamie
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx's character was named something else, but it was similar to Shanae.
Yeah.
It was what was her name?
I don't even remember. She just had those fucking lips.
I'm gonna rock yo.
Oh yeah. Her name was Wanda.
Wanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you remember Jim Carrey did Vera DeMilo?
Yeah,
I didn't, a woman bodybuilder.
I didn't want to put Vera above, but I was gonna give them both credit. Yeah. But then I was like, I'm gonna leave this one on Jamie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this one.
He
on
was
the
like,
Fox.
I remember them showing like the weightlifting competition, and he was just like, oh yeah, and what was her name? The
Vera?
Jim Carrey.
Vera DeMilo.
Vera DeMilo, and then she starts working out, and then she pulls her bra off, and he's like, oh, she doesn't have any pesky breasts to get in the way of her flesh.
Yeah.
I remember thinking as a child that it was hilarious.
There was one. I do remember. You got to put some respect on Kim for when she would play Grace Jones. She did great impression of Grace Jones.
Yeah, she did good. But then Grace Jones is just a fun character to just poke at because she's so extra. She's so big. You know, there's this movie called Boomerang. Like every black person I know has seen this movie 10,000 times, right? It's like Eddie Murphy and Halle Berry and it's just black royalty in a mid-level. It's not a rom-com because it's not a comedy nor is it romantic, but it's a weird movie. But like black people fucking love it.
Would it be like?
Anyway,
Would it be like It's a Wonderful Life to white people?
It would be like, I'm trying to think, what would be the white equivalent to Boomerang?
Oh, fuck.
What would be that's a great question.
It's
yeah. It might be the black Jerry Maguire, which is funny because Boomerang came out before Jerry Maguire. So really, Jerry Maguire is
the white Boomerang.
The white Boomerang, yeah. It's not quite a comedy. It's not a rom-com. It's just it exists in this weird place. Anyway, there's a scene in that movie where what the fuck were we talking about before this? We talking about Grace Jones, right? Grace Jones is in the movie and she's pitching her cologne. I mean her new perfume, and the perfume is called Steel Vagina, and it's amazing. And they got this guy that sounds like the crab from Little Mermaid, and he's just like Steel Vagina, and it was the greatest thing I remember seeing as a child. I was like, fuck yeah! When ringtones get invented, I want that to be mine.
Oh my god, that movie
that shit is great. Yeah, Grace Jones Grace Jones is the black Brigitte Nielsen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they ever do anything together?
Like sexually? Or
did they ever just like do a artistic interpretation of Ebony and Ivory or something?
Let me see. Brigitte Nielsen. Let's see. Now, if this hasn't happened, I feel like it needs to happen.
Did they just run full force at each other and create hermaphrodite? Like,
Jeff Holiday, the last time you were on the shit show, we watched like bad comic book movies. Did we watch? I feel like did we watch Red Sonja in that movie?
I didn't get a chance to watch it before we played, but yeah, it was Red Sonja and it was Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl, 1983, 84.
Was Red Sonja Bridget Nielsen?
Yes.
She played Red Sonja.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. I can't find any proof that they did anything together.
Were they both in Conan movies, or were they different movies?
No, I think they were both in yeah, so the character that Arnold Schwarzenegger plays in Red Sonja isn't technically supposed to be Conan.
It's just like him.
But he's not Conan. Yeah. I know that seems weird. It was like when they made the movie, they didn't make it with him to be Conan, but then afterwards it was like, oh well, people like this big Austrian dude. Let's just put him in more stuff, and then he just was Conan.
Now
I think his name was the Barbarian in that movie.
That's good.
Or something along those lines.
Is it okay for us to look back at the 80s and judge the miscast roles of the 80s? Like, did you know at the end of Aliens, when that alien comes out of the guy's chest?
That's not even at the end.
Was it not the end?
No.
I was thinking the end of Spaceballs.
Oh.
But in Alien,
it's the same actor though. That's the funny thing. They got the same actor.
Did you know
to do
that
it.
the alien that came out of the chest was supposed to be played by Danny DeVito?
I'm mad I was on the tip of my seat for this information. Like, I was like, oh, really? I love new facts about Aliens. Aliens is one of my 10 favorite movies of all time. What's Bill Fridge going to tell me that I don't currently know about?
Gotcha. They call me Molotov Cocktease.
This is just like when I got disappointed at Chipotle. Just like, it's the same thing. You hyped me up, and then I got there, and then I was like...
Well, I just want to point out that known domestic terrorist Baked Alaska eats Chipotle 3 times a day.
I mean, I knew there was something about him that had to have been right. A broken clock is right twice a day.
Cancel Chipotle, man. Cancel Chipotle.
I agree. Qdoba all the way.
And they just opened the Qdoba in Atlanta.
We're growing. We're growing. We're taking over.
And you know what? And there's no joke. There's no punchline to this. But they opened the Qdoba like a block away from fucking Chipotle. I feel like they just moving in on somebody else's territory.
Oh,
like if I'm selling my cocaine here, you can't sell your cocaine on the same block. They
always set up a Qdoba near. Yeah,
it's a good business model because the lines at Chipotle are usually so long that the people that don't know any better will go wander into Qdoba and say, "Hey, can I get what I was going to get at Chipotle?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can give you diarrhea."
Yep.
Qdoba all the way.
Qdoba's all right. It's not bad. I still think it's overpriced though, but Chipotle is overpriced too. So fucking whatever.
I tell you this as as someone who will from time to time do like food deliveries, through DoorDash, Uber Eats, and whatever else exists. Like you can every Chipotle I've ever been to, I could just walk in and grab a bag and walk the fuck out. Like I'm sorry, I can't.
How do you think I eat Chipotle every day?
Like they don't even ask. I just walk in and grab a bag and just leave. Really?
I have a DoorDash insulated bag. I walk in with that under my fucking arm. I put a bag of Chipotle in, and I walk out. And sometimes, because I'm a brazen son of a bitch, and I don't give a fuck about people's feelings, I walk up to the front desk and I said, "Hey, you guys forgot the drink on my order," and they'll be like, "Oh," they'll be like, we don't do fountain drinks as a carryout. And I was like, "Well, it says in the thing a fountain drink. Can I get a fountain drink?" And they'll give me a fountain drink for free. Even though it's against policy, because I'm a brazen son of a bitch.
Terrible. You're a terrible person.
Yeah, I was actually gonna do a list of all the restaurants you can go to and just grab food and walk out. You just walk in, hold up your phone, and be like, I'm here to pick up an order, and they will just give you. A lot of restaurants will just give you food. They won't even say, "Oh, who are you picking up for?" or "What company are you with?" They will just give you food and just send you on your way. Yeah. I've been in restaurants that wasn't even packed. It was nothing going on. They had time to check this out, and I was like, "Hey, I'm here for an order," and they were just like, "It's right there on the table, or it's right over there."
That's how you eat for free. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about Chipotle is they literally have a shelf with all your bags of food on there ready to go. And you don't have to talk to nobody. You don't have to hold your phone up. Walk in, look at a bag, see which order looks most delicious to you, and steal it. And this is stealing, guys. Like, I was joking about actually doing this. This is 100% stealing. And if you ever get caught doing this, do you really want to have a petty crime against you for some damn Chipotle? Like, is that where you want to be in this world? I hope. I mean,
if it's as good as you say it is, then it might be worth the time. Is the crime worth the time?
Look,
is Chipotle that good?
It's as good. It's this good. Work 9 to 5, get paid hourly, spend 2 hours of your life to buy a bowl of fucking beans and rice. You sick fucks.
Wait, 2 hours of work in which state though? All right. Like that depends.
A national minimum wage minus tax removal. 2 hours of work for a fucking bowl of Chipotle and some guac. Can you think about that in your life? How if you work minimum wage, give a percentage to the government, take out all your expenses before that, then you got to work 2 hours to get a goddamn bowl of rice and beans. 2 hours of your life is for this Chipotle, and it doesn't get any easier than that because it's not that much cheaper to feed yourself every day the cheap way.
Jeff Holiday is not enjoying all your food talk right now, Bill Fridge.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
He communicated that to us privately, and I just said it on the show.
Me and Ben are chatting in the fucking call chat. Like,
I'm pretty hungry too.
Oh my god!
But you getting high and enjoying life. I'm not there yet. I got music shit to do. Like I'm still getting ready for the Golden Turds, and I need all your videos, guys. I need y'all to send them videos.
Yeah. I'll do that tonight.
I need to be reminded exactly what the fuck I'm supposed to say because I know it's.
I'll message you guys on the Twitter.
I know the gist of it, but I want to make sure I don't underdeliver or
You guys are
overdeliver.
giving away the award to funniest white on the shit show.
Yeah, which is uncomfortable for me because I should have been on the shit show, so you wouldn't have to give this award away. Because then you could have just left it on my doorstep and saved all the time of fighting between Magicus and Krendar. What?
Yeah.
That's like saying what's the runniest yoke? Who cares?
We did a bit where we had them both cold read rap lyrics to songs they had never heard with no beat on and just do it like one of them did like Throat Babies and the other one did like a Meg Thee Stallion song. It was pretty glorious.
Funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah.
And I was just taking a moment to denigrate Lord Jamarcus and Krendar.
Look, Lord Jamarcus in the chat, funniest white. Look, there he is right there. You guys can vote for him. That's all. So yeah, I just need you guys to give out the award to funniest white. And since Krendar and Lord Jamarcus have both been on your show, multiple times, Jeff Holiday's given an award. He was our 2019 Guest of the Year, and he's giving away the 2020 award for Guest of the Year.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I see. Monty still hasn't mailed me my golden plunger.
It's coming. Monty is scared to leave his house because of COVID, because everybody we know is getting it and he doesn't want to get it.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. No worries.
Don't need that.
That's all. Yeah, I'll dress up in like a fancy coat and no, I gotta wait until tomorrow when I get my fucking studio lights in. Otherwise, my green screen doesn't work.
Hey, and look, Jeff Holiday, while I got you here, I want to pass a message to you to pass on to your wife, whose birthday. First off, tell her Hannibal and Monty wish her happy belated birthday.
Absolutely.
Second of all, tell her it is improper to eat shrimp with the shell and head and all that shit on. You're supposed to take all that shit off before you eat it.
Why?
I know. I keep telling her that, but man, she doesn't give a shit, man. She'll take that whole fucking thing.
That's a worldly way to do it.
You understand. Me and Monty had a whole fucking hour-long conversation about that shit after we saw the video. We was like, oh my God. It was like a birthday. I didn't want to say nothing, but at the same time, I was like, bruh, you were eating shrimp wrong. Tell her Hannibal and Monty said she's eating shrimp wrong.
I've been
eating shrimp my whole life. You supposed to take you got to take the shell and the legs and the eyes, and you got to take all that off.
They don't do that in China.
I mean, it's the tails. It's just the shell is still in the tail, so there's still the little legs. It's got the crunchy bit. But I mean, that's back from when she was a hitchhiker, and you don't waste nothing. So if you get some fucking shrimp, man, you're eating that whole fucking shrimp.
Yeah, you're gonna tell a girl not to suck it down gross style? Something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you.
I think it's gross. I think it's fucking disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I wouldn't do that I would respect a woman for doing, okay? And sucking the head off a shrimp, that's one of them. A good job.
There you go. Roger Wilco. Just buy the peeled, deveined style shrimp, okay? They literally sell them where you don't got to do the work. There's somebody that will do the work for you, and then we'll just take it. Yeah, look, bring her on, okay? Let's talk about this right now. She did it. Me and Monty were very upset about this. We had a long conversation about this.
It's funny. We're traumatized.
Yes.
But they still wish you happy birthday.
No one's gonna fuck with me after they see me eat shrimp.
Exactly. Nobody will fuck with Mems after they watch her eat a shrimp.
My ex-girlfriend's dad used to eat chicken wings bone in. He would just bite down into the bone and just chew them like a fucking newborn puppy, okay? He would just eat the bone the chicken, he just bite into it. I was like, this motherfucker is hardcore. All right. If this is, at first I thought it was an intimidation tactic, but then after we were together for 4 or 5 years, he was still doing this dumb shit. Okay. That is his preference. That is his preferred way to eat wings, with just crunching the bone. Gross as hell.
I can't do that shit.
Bro, the first year we was together, this nigga had a heart transplant. I was like, I get it, because he's got all this bone shrapnel going around his fucking heart.
I get it.
It's fucking ridiculous. I just don't want that to happen to your wife, Jeff Holiday. You're not supposed to eat shrimp head and eyes and fucking tails and shit. All right, just throw them shrimp arms away. Okay, you don't need them.
I don't know.
Don't eat shrimp arms.
I don't know. You ever go for a crawfish boil?
Yeah.
Yeah, you suck the head?
No, I don't. At one time in my life, I did enjoy the brain juice of crawfish. I had to choose. I had to be very strategic about how I say that so it doesn't get clipped out and used against me. But like now, no, not at all. Now
You blowing dome on a mud bug.
Yeah.
You blowing dome on a mud bug.
You know, all the people from like where Britney Spears is from, that's how they talk, Billy, just so you know. That's how they sound.
You like that? I feel like I could have been Britney Spears. Like I could have done everything she did.
Kentwood, Louisiana. It just no, not at all. Just I don't.
I don't know, man. The only reason why I don't eat the shells and shrimp is just because the fucking sensation. That's just it. That's the only reason why I wouldn't do it.
I ordered this beautiful tower of seafood at a Mexican restaurant, and I thought the tower was topped with shrimp cocktail. And when I got it was like the shrimp were like flash fried in a red sauce to the point where you couldn't peel them. And I sat there for like 5 minutes of shrimp trying to peel all that shit off, and I wished I had the power of mems inside of me, because I would have eat those things with all the crusty buggers, and you're supposed to. I looked over at other people that ordered it, and they were all just eating the whole damn thing, and I'm like, why is it not in me to do this? Why?
Man.
White privilege. Well, I guess Hannibal, what do we call it? Male privilege. Male privilege. It's male privilege.
Picky
no,
privilege.
those were guys too. Yankee privilege?
Picky privilege. Picky.
Picky privilege, yeah.
Picky privilege.
Yeah. I had some shrimp.
Me and Monty had a whole 30-minute conversation about Jeff Holiday's wife eating shrimp that way. It was like, that is not the right way to eat shrimp. You're doing it wrong. Somebody taught you how to eat shrimp. Well, look, I get it. Like, if somebody taught me that, fucking the wrong way how to eat, look, I wasn't taught the right way to eat chowder. Maybe that's why I hate chowder. Okay. I hate it, and I've never met it before. I'm racist against chowder, and I need to be a better person.
You are. You're racist against white foods, and that's okay.
I am. I am. And I'm working on it. Like, I'll eat vanilla ice cream until it starts getting melty. As soon as it starts melting, I'm like, I don't want this gross shit.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Just get in my mouth.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, there's no way to not say it weird, but that's exactly how I feel. Yeah. I think consistency also plays a factor in it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, consistency in food is kind of like the unspoken king of whether or not you're going to initially like it or not, you know?
And no, I don't like well done steaks. I eat my steaks well. When I do treat myself to meat, it's either medium rare or medium.
Yeah, I usually go medium.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking savage there. Well done steaks.
I almost always go rare unless the waiter.
Blue rare?
I never say blue. I say rare unless the waiter talks me out of it, and I'm like, okay, you know something I don't know.
Yeah, because the at Ascend they don't want. They say you shouldn't get it medium rare. Like if it's like a A5 style beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if you talk me out of it, let's go.
Yeah. The issue I run into is when I go to restaurants and I'll be like, yeah, let me get my steak medium. Because I'm black, they think that I don't know what medium is. So then they'll bring it to me like medium well or well. And I'll be like, I'll be like, but they'll drop the steaks off. I'll be like, wait a second. I cut into it and I'll be like, now take it back and do it right.
Yeah.
Well, can they take back one that's medium well? They got to just get you a new one, right?
Yeah, they got to do it all over again. It's an expensive mistake.
Next time you order, can I have a medium steak done the white way?
No, I announced to them that I've worked in the service industry before. I share war stories with my fucking servers, and then they still. And I've seen this happen at restaurants. Okay, you'll be like, you put in your steak order, burger order, and then the kitchen will ask, did the person that ordered, is it black or white? What are they? And then it'd be like, oh, some black people order some medium, just give them well. Because they don't know what medium is. And I'm like, hey, man, don't do that shit to me, all right? I will wait another 25 minutes for you to do this shit the right fucking way.
You know what you should say? You should say, I've been to Marilyn Manson and One Direction concerts. I would like a medium steak.
So what's terrible is with no context. Like, so first off, you're absolutely right. But with no context, that makes me seem like a monster. Yes, I have been to both those concerts, but I've been to a lot of concerts. They're not all. See, I'm on Drunken Peasants right now. What up? I'm on Drunken Peasants.
Are you talking to
I'm
us?
right now. No, somebody texted me like, "Hey man, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working."
What are you saying,
right
Jeff?
I am officially announcing that I am gonna go get a cup of chowder.
All right, have fun.
I can't hold off anymore. I can't do it.
Holiday.
Yeah. I love you guys. I love you, DB fam. I'll see you guys later. I gotta go get some
Love you,
chowder.
Jeff.
Later. I'm
Get your chowder.
Sorry, tonight's theme was cutting you off.
Goodbye,
Are there any Streamlabs left that haven't been read, young Bill Fritz?
There was some, and then I think
There
then we can-
definitely are.
And then we can wrap it.
Play me a song, piano man. Play a song for me. I have to load up the little Tootie Bot.
Tootie Bot, Tootie Bot, Tootie Bot.
Morton Davis, did any of you guys see Blank Man, a black superhero movie starring Damon Wayans? I saw it
Sadly,
the year
yes.
it came out. I don't
Remember
remember.
Meteor Man?
Yep. Townsend.
And he wasn't meatier than anybody else. He was about the same level of meatiness as everybody.
We have somehow lost Hannibal and kept Frozen Jeff.
Oh shit, that's my bad.
I'm still here.
I
Yeah,
know,
there you go.
video-wise.
They're
we got some patrons, Josh Fungus, Justin Brown, thank you. Antonovich with that big love, getting us through the goal. Thank you again. Eric said, first they come for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not socialist. And they came for my pillow, and there was no one left to speak for me. Damn. Thank you, Eric. Antonovich gives another big love. Appreciate you, brother. When you move to Kentucky, invite us over for fried chicken. Nicole Bolas Planeswalker pledged a $1 via Patreon. That's a Magic the Gathering fan right there. Cal Clay saying, Jeff Holiday, holy shit, I haven't seen you since you were talking to Worski and Sargon while using the Annihilator dildo as a neck weight. How you been? Always want to know if you used it. I can't speak for Jeff.
Yeah.
But it sounds like something he would use.
If he was sitting down, he didn't use it.
Annihilator dildo.
Red Jester Productions says, do a dab with Ben. It's 7:10 somewhere.
I don't have a dab,
$7.10.
but I've got like doobies.
Doo. Alexander Guckenberger said, Gail. Dragon of the West says 2/3 of the votes is known as a supermajority, whereas 51% is a simple majority. I think they should change the Washington Redskins to the Washington Thunderbirds because they are badass. Major League Awesome.
Now
give
they're
us that
just
big
the
love.
Washington football team.
That's
I have this
crazy.
giant bag of lighters. There's like literally hundreds of lighters in it. So if I need a lighter, I can just reach right here.
Why you got so many lighters there, Ben? Are you preparing for some sort of
handful of lighters?
Are you preparing for some sort of inauguration party? Are you gonna light everybody's cigarette in Antifa?
He wants people to know he will not be replaced.
Oh my God! Stop.
Morton Dave said, "How much for just one rib?" Good question. Eric said Trump's going to wear a sophisticated Biden mask and sneak on stage to try and be sworn tomorrow, bamboozling the nation Scooby-Doo style. Finally, the 4-0 checkmate. Joey Wheeler says, "You guys watch my interview and content before the show ends?" I don't know if we've seen that.
I don't know what that is.
Nuclear Storm, Black Spades all became patrons tonight. Ramen Noodles said, I'm broke but wanted to give something anyway. Thank you, Ramen. Dwight Langston says, send Nick Fuentes to Guantanamo Bay. The Robot Chicken MLP says, didn't the supposed Joker shooter not even look like the Joker? Pretty sure he had orange hair and no makeup, maybe. I do know that he was like the son of a high-ranking CIA official. Jorb. Brandon21597 gave a Patreon. Hopium gave a Patreon. Thank you guys again. That lines us up with the tip top of the drip drop. Good boys, great lovers. Thank you so much. Did anybody else want to send any Streamlabs in before we go? Anything else we got to do?
No, I think I think we're about ready to wrap up.
it sounded like you were doing a fake cough, but I know you were really coughing. That's why
I was. Yep.
Cal,
it was like
Cal Clay,
listening to
I don't know
somebody
the answer to
sneeze.
your last question, so thank you for asking, though.
It's like listening to somebody sneeze, but then they yell out the word sneeze while they're sneezing. Like that's what it was like. It was
cough, cough, cough. Achoo. I love it when people
My bad, I
actually say
forgot to
achoo when they sneeze.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I forgot to specify it was T Thumper Bob.
We will see you guys on Tuesday.
Thank you again, Hannibal. You guys can check out Hannibal along with Monty on the Shit Show, and Jeff Holiday, obviously gone now, but he does a bunch of stuff on his channel. Check them all out. We love them very much and are glad to have them. Glad to have you, Hannibal. Thank you for hanging.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you soon about something very private. That I have warts. I'm kidding. I want to talk to you about
Good
something.
night.
Let's talk soon. Bye.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.